hitting me. All the fam saying coming out and hit the streets. Homie that they got something lined up, nigga, make your mind up. When you finna have a nigga be? Oh, we about to hit a couple spots. Nighttime, boy, you know 12 staying high. I'm hoping that the shaking hands ain't got us on the goose chase. Cause the duck dollars to the ass. Watch it get pop, 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 popping the ass and dropping the ass. And heavy bags after you do skate back and grocery shopping. And if one girl fell into the self to me, oh well, I got somebody else as a fucking option. So it's all good, my niggas all hood, get away, bitches, we ready to fuck shit up. Cause my team been working too hard, trying to find the different parts of town where they gon' show us love, yeah.
Forget all the lame shit, me and my crew been waiting on some shit to pop off in the city. Chasing these bitches like, girl, get up and fuck with me before a nigga get gone. Cause you know I stay busy. And I got this money to blow and I got protection to use. So if you want me to, I might be coming through. Man, I'm just hoping you and your crew know what we finna do. Cause I'm just trying to fuck. And we gon' fuck shit up tonight. And we gon' fuck shit up tonight. We fucking shit up.
I said it in a minute, I ain't playing games. Now if I bring the liquor, I bet you gon' drink, right? And if my nigga bring the weed, bet you gon' smoke. Now you fucked up, then you wanna fuck, so I guess it's all over. Hoes fall on, so we gon' hold them. With a bed in the dark room with sooner, but the only place the bras going. Shit, we all told them when we was all sober, so they all know it. They gave consent to get the dick and ass all on them, and yeah, they all want it. Me and each of my niggas got girl, so guess what? We all stroke.
Forget all that lame shit, man. My crew been waiting on some shit to pop off in the city. Chasing these bitches like, girl, get up and fuck with me before a nigga get gone. Cause you know I stay busy. And I got this money to blow and I got protection to use. So if you want me to, I might be coming through. Man, I'm just hoping you and your crew know what we finna do. Cause I'm just trying to fuck. And we gon' fuck shit up tonight. And we gon' fuck shit up tonight. We fucking shit up.
Fuck shit up. Nigga, FSU. Shine, my brother got love, nigga, that's why I F with you. I know God is testing you. We can lead the rest of you, but we ain't gonna be here stressing you. We in this bitch, we flexing too. Big biceps, bitch, I'm next. My team got a man mindset. That's my crew, and what I do, they got my back, man, times two. That's two spines, two vertebrae. What the fuck you mean you ain't heard of me? I'm like Mr. West, they ain't heard of yet. Back in the day, now the niggas shine like every day, but we do that.
My crew been waiting on some shit to pop off in the city. Chasing these bitches like, girl, get up and fuck with me before a nigga get gone. Cause you know I stay busy. And I got this money to blow and I got protection to use. So if you want me to, I might be coming through. Man, I'm just hoping you and your crew know what we finna do. Cause I'm just trying to fuck. And we gon' fuck shit up tonight. And we gon' fuck shit up tonight. Fucking shit up.
Yeah. You know how we do. Wing Squad. Here you go. Shot.
Hey guys, how's it going? Is that just gonna be your thing? Is that gonna be your intro every time? Is to imitate my intro from the other thing?
It is.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's one of my favorite intros.
I'm sure you do. You seem like the kind of person that would love to do the same joke again and again just to like spite
This is
somebody.
episode 8 of the Episode 10 podcast, and we're starting off with brothers bickering and bitching.
We have a
do
guest.
Every fucking episode. Yeah, we have the legendary Alan G.
He has been mentioned in
Hello,
several
Alan.
episodes. He's the only one COVID safe.
You'll never know it's him talking. You'll just be able to assume that it's him talking.
You know, for my antics.
Yes, exactly. Oh, you good, bro? You good, Legend? Bro, Legend is moving.
Legend's got energy.
I'm telling you, bro, that nigga don't know how to chill no more. God damn.
What's it? The zoomies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sit.
shit. God.
There's another person. Sophia, you're so like, you just really pay attention, don't you?
Dude,
you must
you're like
kill it in 13-year-old school. I don't even remember
motherfucking-
what grade that is anymore. What's that, 8th grade or 9th grade? What's 13?
Definitely not 9.
Well, I mean, most people graduate at 17.
Nah, most people graduate at 18.
Yeah.
People whose birthdays are early graduate at 17. Most
Damn.
people,
Yeah,
most people
they're-
don't graduate at
they're
17.
nothing
Motherfucking
special.
Enola Holmes with her deductive reasoning over here, dude.
Okay, so 8th grade? Okay, there you go.
We've got our
Sophia,
answer.
bro, we have an 8th grader that like watches this show
Regular.
and like fucking grills us.
Girls, you guys.
Bro.
The
we
soul
won't.
fury.
Okay, let me run it back. Let's go timestamp some shit real
Girl,
quick.
I never get grilled. She'll like talk about us in general with the Star Wars thing, but she grills Katone more than anybody.
Yeah.
Nah, that's facts actually.
That's a
Her and
12 that's
him
a
and Creighton.
12-year-old?
Yeah, she don't grill
Yeah,
me.
she's literally 13-year-old watching this shit, just coming in here and like talking mad shit, mostly to Michael and Creighton when Creighton's here. Like she just hates them and like picks mostly is on our side in arguments. And
I'm only reactive to the soul furor.
Cap, he's
He calls her
definitely- nah, he's
Sophia.
it. I call her Sophia.
Yeah,
That's
and
not.
then-
Don't assign that.
Well,
It's not.
yeah,
He calls.
he started calling her that.
Thank you,
Michael
that's-
calls her that now because like he just sees her as like this Hitler-esque bad guy in his podcast
He's also
world.
he's also capping. He definitely has started with her on multiple occasions.
Day 151 of telling Charlie to get sub badges. Bro, they're being made. Stop, Ace. I
Currently
will throw
in the
you.
process, Ace.
Literally,
it's good to
literally
see you.
being made. Hey, Ace, how's it going, dude? Hey, Alan, how's it going, dude?
Alan.
We barely got to. Wait,
Is that money?
Imalo followed you. Thank you, Imalo.
Malo.
Rona.
Bro, the only reason I'm tripping on him is because his shit was down until the stream. went
Right,
live.
like he's
like,
like
you're
all
dead.
he sees is the optics of this. He's like, I can't have anyone thinking I'm out here like not wearing a mask.
Yeah,
Yeah,
This
It's
nigga
crazy.
put-
He was sitting here chilling with his mask off, and then he's like, "Well, the cameras are on. Better gotta play my part to look like I belong in society."
My man's playing it real trepidatious like he had to sit next to me.
I'm Batman. That's the only reason.
Alan has to hide his
Now
identity.
you understand what you have to do, right? You have to wear that mask forever, even when COVID disappears and we cure all the diseases. Like you have to wear that to maintain your Batmanness.
No,
I was
but
just
on the
putting-
real, I am acknowledging that we be wilding doing a podcast in the pandemic. Alan does make it look like there's a semblance of sense here, but I don't go to parties and I don't hang out with nobody's grandma.
Wait, can we cuss on this?
Can we cuss?
Yeah, don't say the shit we don't say in 2021.
But like the
Like
the
earlier?
generic bad words are okay. Like
Yeah.
fuck, shit,
Damn.
cunt, damn, hell.
You can't say virgin or simp insultingly.
Yeah, or
shit, you
incel.
not.
You can't say the word incel, simp, or virgin as an insult. Like me saying them low key is like sketchy as fuck. Just saying them to explain to you the rules of Twitch
Yeah.
is like, bro,
Yeah.
it's fucking.
But
But
whack.
we're so ground level that algorithm will
Bruh,
never
I-
find us.
That's a good
I've
point.
missed so much because that. Damn, ever since Twitch came out, I thought, damn.
Listen,
Yeah,
bro.
it's supposed to be a free speech platform. This is like one of the.
Well,
one of
it's
their
not.
cornerstones.
What's
Let-
wrong with
it's
simp?
Bro, that's a really good question. So many of us have wondered, but
It's
like, be
such a
careful.
new word.
Hold on, let's calm down though. Let's calm down,
I
cause
used
just
to be one, but
I
you
know, just saying it
Well,
though.
then you know what's wrong with it.
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah. There's nothing. Hold on, guys.
I mean, as an insult, I mean, y'all,
Yo, is
Y'all
that the
soft.
red flag right there? Is that
What?
soft.
Huh?
you see how that's highlighted red on
Oh
the screen?
yeah, no, that's him like adding me. So for me, we see my point of view of a Twitch chat,
Yeah.
and whenever either my name gets said, it highlights it, or if they use like channel points or something.
Yeah, Ace and Malo should just like fucking kiss, dude. They're loving each other in the chat right now. Of
I mean, I'd be down. I'd be down to like
course
view
you
it.
would, dude.
It's a modern romance.
Just
Exactly.
kidding. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't think you were, bro. You looked at
Enjoy
me
your
really
modern
intensely. You were
romance.
very upset with like you
Y'all,
were
y'all
mad
never fell in love with a bitch over the internet?
all the time. That's what I'm saying, bro.
In high school, bro.
That's 95% of Chris's relationships.
Oh, word.
That's a reasonable explanation. That's a reasonable
Oh, damn.
number.
Statistic.
Really with friends though, not like relationships.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
about to
for
say,
sure.
if they're not in
No,
South
no.
Carolina or Virginia or within my vicinity, huh?
Charlie join up, dude. That's the first time anyone's used that emote for like a way that makes sense in a long time.
Is that a toilet?
No, it's a guy taking his shirt off. Our other
Alan-
podcast is the Shirts Off
Alan,
podcast.
would you happen to be
Twitch
into
on TV,
Star
Virtual Charlie,
Wars?
like Shirts Off podcast.
Huh?
Would you happen to be into Star Wars by any chance?
Oh my
I've
god.
seen them, yeah.
Oh no,
Oh,
wait a
man.
second. Like, you've just seen him?
I've seen them to reference with pop culture whenever they come up.
Did you
That's
watch
basically
Mandalorian?
not even seeing them. Did you watch The Mandalorian?
Yeah, I watched the old school ones and then the
Bro,
prequels.
bro. Hold on a second. Did you watch The Mandalorian?
He said, "Yeah,
I
You
like
did?
The Mandalorian, yeah.
calm
He
down."
said he watched the old school thing. Okay, I thought
No,
you
I watched
thought.
everything Star Wars
Okay.
related. I watched.
Bro,
remember
tell
that
me,
thing?
tell me when he said that you didn't think he was misplacing the Mandalorian as like something from the 70s.
Well, he's my best friend, so I knew what he was saying.
Okay.
Remember that thing I
I
said?
know.
It
I know.
was
I know all
confusing.
the
Remember that crucifixion thing he does when people
I'm
don't
just
watch
saying.
things he likes?
It's not even that. He
Oh wait,
didn't
here we
watch
go.
it.
No. I got one for you. I got
Okay,
one for you. I'm
okay.
gonna save it, but let's start off with some light Star Wars, and then I'm gonna go ahead and drop the hatchet on this. I'm gonna get the conversation really.
Okay,
flowing.
word.
Okay.
I like
Okay.
it.
Awesome.
I'm gonna let y'all know this nigga just farted in my mouth.
Whoa.
Let's all make sure that everyone understands. Legend is who he's talking about. His dog is. Look at the you can't see him on the
did look-
camera because
You
he's
did
down
look
in
at
his
Alan
lap.
when you said
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I thought Alan
You knocked
farted
the
in
fuck
your
out
mouth.
now.
I was like, bro,
There's
how
a
do you aim?
man on all four arched towards my face beneath this desk, and he tooted that ass up.
Please, no Star Wars, Sophia. I'm sorry. It's
So
just
fi-
you
you
have to
know-
understand that this podcast is going to be like 30% minimum Star Wars every episode. If it's a 3-hour podcast, there's a good chance an hour of this podcast throughout the 3 hours is going to be about Star Wars.
Sophia, just because you've been alive for 9% of Star Wars, doesn't
Dude,
mean
that's
you get to,
funny as fuck.
doesn't mean you get to come at us.
That's wild. You literally came into existence after the prequel trilogy.
Not episode 3, right? She's
Dude.
13.
She might have come in like right.
Go ahead. I'm
before
gonna let you guys do the math. People's like lack
Oh,
of
shit,
math
no, you're
skill,
right, bro.
Very insulting. Yeah, you guys are dumb.
Bro.
Yeah, you're dumb. You're dumb.
I keep forgetting in my head
Yeah,
that like
it's 2021.
2020. I see the 20, and I still think of 2005 as like fucking
A few years ago.
yeah.
That was
for
the
sure.
last movie, wasn't it?
Yeah, 2005, bro. Well, episode
2005
3, not the last movie. 3 just
I
came
mean, the
out.
last prequel. You're right.
Yeah, that's nuts.
But
Bro, that's
2005 was
16 years
a big
ago.
year.
Oh yeah, King Kong comes out that,
That
year.
was a good, bro. That movie is slept
we were
on.
just talking
YouTube.
about it.
Bro, I
YouTube. That
Oh
was-
yeah, YouTube starts that
2005.
year.
Both Doctor Who and Supernatural both debuted in 2005. Well,
well
Doctor Who-
the
Doctor
new
Who-
version of Doctor
Who
Who.
revived. In
Yeah, yeah,
2005. Yeah, it was a really crazy year for like pop culture.
Bro, Saphira literally has only been alive for 3 Star Wars like mainline movies. That's
I mean,
fucking
we've
bonkers.
Barely been alive for the 6.
That's a good point.
We just made it in time.
Yeah, I was
to be there
only-
for Phantom Menace.
I
We were
was
a
on-
few years old.
Well,
yeah,
7
what?
now.
When was
7 technically.
99.
99? Damn, bro.
Yeah, dude.
You said 7?
Yeah, because Rogue One is. I'll be counting Rogue One.
Well, man, technically then we'd count Solo.
As well.
Yeah.
So,
I didn't even think about this. So
Yeah.
8
Bro,
years.
Solo. Bro, have we talked about Solo on here?
yeah.
Just a touch, not like we didn't go like. Deep
Like we
into it.
like it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
love
Okay,
Solo.
good.
The big
That's
reason,
a
two
great
fun
movie.
facts. The reason Alan is so important is Alan took me to see every last one of the new Star Wars movies.
Really?
Yeah, like every one that came out, like Alan was there with me when that's like when we left episode 9, Alan is the one I had to confess to. I don't know if you remember, but I was like, Alan.
Yeah, that was kind of ass.
Yeah, dude. And mind you, when you go to see that movie, they gave you that cool little holographic card, so you had like the red stormtrooper on
Yeah.
it. Dude, and like, bro, when we left, I looked at Alan, and I was like, bro, that wasn't good. He was like, no, not at all.
I had the great pleasure to enjoy the viewing experience, the theater experience of Endgame with Alan, and it was all actually because you couldn't make it. Like,
Yeah.
you had something else going on that night. He sent.
Oh yeah.
Look, I'm glad I didn't
Yeah,
go with
yeah.
you, Chris, because like you just don't like talking during movies as much as I do.
Yeah, like for that thing,
No, for
like
sure.
it's
I-
one thing to like shout and shit, but like I don't like I don't want to have a fucking
No,
conversation
same,
during
same.
fucking Avengers Endgame, bro.
Yeah.
Dude,
have I
look,
told you what happened when I went and
me
saw
and
Avengers
Alan-
Endgame?
Well,
we're gonna
let's
yeah,
finish
me
this.
and
yeah,
Alan were
we're gonna
fucking
fucking talk about this.
jawing through Endgame. Dude, look, when fucking Thor comes up and cuts off his head, dude, I looked at Alan and I said, "They cut off Thanos' head, Alan." I said, "Alan, what is this movie about?"
see what we need to do is like we need to sit down and just like not stream it but record us watching movies and then like timestamp when that corresponding moment is happening in the movie
Yeah.
and let people go watch it and like have a dialogue during the movie where we're just like talking shit like movies that like 3 of us haven't seen and 1 has so that like one guy kind of knows and can
Yeah.
have something to say
sure.
and the other 3 are like, bro, are you fucking kidding me? 15 minutes in, he's dead. He's dead 15 minutes in.
Dude, like 5 minutes.
Like it happens right away. Like in hindsight, I kind of want to go. I wish next time a movie like that comes out, I'm gonna buy 2 tickets and watch it one time and then be like, well, let's go back in and talk shit the whole time. Like, and I would, bro, with Endgame. Like in hindsight, I would have
yeah, I
done
think it was you, me, Zach, Jamaria and her mom went and saw that movie.
Bro, I forgot when I went.
Oh, make sure you speak like right into the mic, otherwise they will not hear any of it.
Mask up,
Mask on.
glasses on.
There we go. They gonna fog up in a little bit. But
Yo, you look like when they catch the MS-13 niggas and the cartel. niggas.
Bro, I was about to say you look like the dude that got
Fucking-
shot first in Sicario.
God damn. Now you talking about them goddamn
You look like
History
s-
Channel documentary.
You look like a scorpion got caught up at a young age. Mortal
killed some
Kombat.
niggas.
All right, never mind.
No, I
forgot.
I like how like
Can't see
if
it,
Michael
forgot.
doesn't think a joke is hit, sometimes we're just thinking about what Michael says and we don't react with like the laughter he really wants. So like he
That's
just
60% of our interaction.
exactly, and he just thinks that we're sitting here like thinking he sucks or something, and he's like, no, we're not gonna vibe with my joke. No, it's like I have.
No, it's literally like he creates a comedy club that we're all in attendance for, but never tells us that we bought tickets to the show.
bro, right?
he's like, yo.
Bro, that is perfect.
Dude, I shit you not. I came up with this crazy. Like when I said it, I wish I could come. I wish I had a movie. That was basically my Family Guy cutaway. That was like my cutaway.
Shut the fuck up, bro.
This is what I was talking about with the
It's
tequila thing.
Joaquin Phoenix. all
Oh
over
yeah,
again.
bro. I keep forgetting you're like you've been drinking.
Yeah, he's drunk.
The joke.
Yeah.
I'm high off caffeine. This man is fucking not obliterated, but
Nah.
Like you can tell because
he's
like
3 shots. He's
Dude,
His
that
face
that's
is like-
such a solid guess.
his
It's
face
3
is like
shots.
kind of like puffy too from it.
Well,
you look
okay.
weird.
Let's just keep going. All right, guys, I have a pretty big dick. I mean, look at- 'cause-
I mean that's not.
Cat.
what the?
Bro, okay, guys. Whoever's watching now, in the present or in the future on YouTube, just understand that like his jokes are gonna hit or they're just not, bro. Not
Yeah,
tonight.
it's a real hit or miss
Same.
tonight.
we are sorry to the child.
Yes. Sophia.
Ah man, Sulfura's in
Oi,
here,
puffy
dude.
face, head ass. Hey, Copenhagen.
He called you a Hufflepuff.
Fucking Copenhagen, my arch goddamn nemesis.
Bro, if we ever meet this guy, which like I don't know if I'm ever going to, because he just it doesn't seem like he's gonna come out of whatever hole he's hiding in. But if he ever decides to like when this thing gets like nuts and we're like fucking fucking doing this podcast off a yacht that we live on, and like we're like having firework fights off of our multiple yachts because we're rich as fuck.
Firework
Copenhagen-
firework fights on a yacht sound pretty lit.
Bro, have you never seen that on Whale Wars? Like at the
No.
end of the
What
season,
are you talking
at the end of the season, bro, all the ships come in and they buy like fucking $10,000 worth of fireworks, like the show does, and they just have a fucking battle from ship to ship with fireworks.
It's like Black Flag.
Bro, literally, they're shooting like, and it's not like Roman candles. They're getting like fucking mortars and like putting them in a big metal tube, and they're like, Jeff, hold the tube, and they hold the fucking tube, and the lights it is like. It like fucking shoots like big ass mortar fireworks, and it hits like a guy on the other ship, and the mortar fucking explodes.
Oh
And
my
like
God.
they'll show up afterwards and all hang out at the dock or whatever, and be like, "Yeah, bro, you got me good." And there's just gone, flesh gone. These guys are dude. Those guys are motherfuckers,
You don't
bro.
fuck with fishermen.
You don't fuck with those
Yeah,
those.
no, anybody that makes their money on the open sea. Is,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh no, not Whale Wars. The crab one, Deadliest Catch. Those
that-
guys.
no,
Those guys.
Whoever, any
Yeah,
nigga,
yeah, no, either way.
In the year 2021, when you can work at the market for anybody,
if you're
Or do podcasts in some guy's basement. Like
if you're the
we're
prerequisite
cushy
to a
as fuck.
goddamn like seafood market,
That's
you're the
what I'm
guy
saying.
that supplies.
like I'm a nigga that could possibly get a job selling you crabs, and there's a nigga who makes his money collecting crabs. All right, bro.
And
Anybody?
he's not in the mud grabbing like a crab. He's got a cage bigger than your fucking house that he's lowering by rope by hand or with a winch that he's cranking by hand
While taking
on
on
the
fu-
ocean.
while taking on fucking boat breakers. Goddamn.
Poseidon's not cool with that shit. He's throwing everything he's got at him, bro. Every wave hits
Nigga.
harder than the last, bro.
Waves are hitting. You're literally physically exhausted from water hitting you. You're freezing fucking cold. There's icicles in your fucking nostril. That's how you make your money. Those niggas are probably making like 31 an hour. Probably money that sounds good for niggas on dry land, but in there you should be paying.
2 days in, you're like, bro, this shit is not worth
Yeah,
it.
you're like, yo, I've only made $600 and I am missing 2 toes.
Missing 2 toes, the rest are gonna, like, they're gone. Like, effectively, they're missing. Effectively, I don't have toes anymore.
What am I using them for?
Oh, that's a good point, Copenhagen. Michael does make a living giving people crabs. That's, yeah. That's,
Wow. You know what's
Good.
funny?
Don't look at me. I didn't say it.
So my reality is when we finally get DeWalt on the show, he pulls out his phone and he was Copenhagen the whole time.
Oh my God! Like the funniest thing is, that's hilarious. But the best thing is reading everything in DeWalt's voice.
Yeah.
It's like Michael makes a living giving people crabs. Like just that high pitch.
All right, his shit's
Bro,
not that bad.
It's
bro.
pretty high pitch.
No,
bro.
it is, but it's like funny and a
Quite effeminate.
mildly masculine way. Nah, it's not that effeminate.
It's pretty.
When was the last time you heard DeWalt speak, bro?
It's been a minute,
That's
but
what I'm saying. bro. You're-
2016.
No, you're literally conflating
Okay.
him with a
Oh, you're talking about the
homosexual
teacher.
man.
yeah,
Oh,
teacher. We're gonna have DeWalt on at some point
You
because
were
we just all love him.
literally.
We say that we have not even kind of brought this up to him. He might not be like down at all.
100% would be down. It would,
Yeah,
it
I was
literally-
gonna say
I'm
probably.
wait till the pandemic clears so that
He don't get in trouble.
Yeah,
like if this goes out,
he doesn't look goofy
we
and
could just
shit.
record it and like sit on it, like just not put it out on YouTube or nothing. Because once it's like not live anymore, who the fuck's gonna?
Who just sits on gold, dude? You
Ron
just sit
Swanson?
on
Guy
gold.
bought
That's why it's called
Lagavulin.
Now 51%. Dude.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah.
What was that fire you had ready for?
Yeah, that's what I was about to get to.
Okay,
all
lit.
right, so, you ready?
Dude, I'm ready.
No, this isn't for us because I know you can comment on it, but just
I'll
hush up.
hold off.
Yeah. You ready, Alan?
Oh,
This
shit.
is your time.
Oh shit.
Oh,
You ready?
damn.
This is you versus Charlie. You ready? This is intense. It's actually dope because I
Wait.
get to see this.
What's going on?
Just shut
Me
your
versus
bitch,
you?
shut your bitch ass
Okay,
up,
bro,
man.
I'm sorry,
Yeah, you
relax.
should be sorry.
Dude, shut the fuck up.
God
Chris.
damn, always fucking talking
Y'all finna have me stutter
on a
live.
podcast. hey, say Philosopher's Stone.
I don't even want to say
I just hit
I
the
don't
mic
even
with my
wanna
tooth. Last season of Game of Thrones.
Oh my God.
Because Alan and him
Move
are both
move your mic, Michael, because
deep.
it's gonna. You're
Double-
aiming it at
double.
him. Yeah, there you go.
double pickup.
Hey man, how's it going, dude?
I
Yeah,
Hey,
let's
don't
do
even want
this.
to talk about this. All I'm gonna say is
TV, Katone.
the
Got
fight
it.
for Winter was it Winterfell? Yeah,
Mhm.
that shit should have been 4 episodes long.
Nah, I'm with you. Definitely should have been. There should have been more episodes.
Hey, give me a second before. Nah, I don't want the light jabs. I don't want the meet me in the middle shit, bro. Tell him that shit sucked. Tell him you did not like that shit. Because that's what I'm here for.
How many times did you watch it?
Just once. That's all I needed.
Oh, yeah. After one
I didn't-
time,
I
nobody really liked it.
I
You watch it
I
a few
didn't want
times, you start realizing why things happen the way they happen and why the writing happened the way it
Nah,
happened.
don't retreat.
I'm not retreating. I'm just saying I loved it. I love season 8. I do. I mean, but here's my thing. I love the show in general. I read all the books,
I haven't done that.
and I see why in season 8. Like if you like, the books are only up to season 5. Like when John gets stabbed,
Yeah.
that's the last thing of the books. Like 2011, the last book came out,
So he
and the
doesn't
last
come back
thing,
to life in the books? That hasn't happened in the books?
nothing's happened since then.
Okay, word.
That's
So-
the
so
last.
he
The last
died.
thing that happens
is
in
him
Game of
dying.
Thrones on paper is John getting stabbed and bleeding out in the snow.
And it was a great point you made, like was it David Benioff and D.B. Weiss?
Yeah, so like people,
they're great, like
they're
adapters.
great at adaptation, but you want two fucking
Adaptation.
40-something-year-olds to finish writing some of the best fiction written in the last 100 years? I mean, you can't like some people just didn't like give them enough credit, and that's a big thing that pissed me off is because Star Wars Legends and a lot of shit in Star Wars is dope, and like Jon Favreau's doing a great job, Dave Filoni's doing a great job at like adapting a lot of that shit, but those guys were gonna make the next 6 movies. And they have only stuff to adapt from. They don't have to finish shit with Star Wars. All they have is shit to adapt and like maybe change up a little bit so it's not like page for page from the comics, because that's the same shit with these guys in Game of Thrones. They
feel
basically
like
pulled it right off the pages in terms of dialogue, but they made it a little better because it's a show and not something you're reading.
And I feel like they'd canonicize a lot of the old novels that like got like retconned when the new trilogy came out.
You mean
A lot of
Dave and Nan?
Mm-hmm.
You mean Dave and like the Game of Thrones guys or Jon
I'm
Favreau?
talking about the wealth of fucking lore to Star Wars.
That's what I'm saying. Like Star Wars Legends isn't canon. Now, fucking homeboys, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are pulling bits and pieces out of Legends and using it and basically legitimizing it, making it canon because they know it works and people like it. But like effectively, all of Star Wars Legends is not canon until it's put on screen
You
and
know,
made canon. Like the blue homie from Rebels. God damn it. Creighton knows his name. I forget his name.
What'd you say?
It's just
Lars Mikkelsen plays him.
the one he in Mandalorian that he no never mind.
The one that Ahsoka is referencing in Mandalorian. Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Thrawn.
Mm,
That guy.
Doesn't
Yeah.
he have like red eyes?
Yep.
Yeah, that guy.
Blue guy.
What I was gonna say is just me personally, I think it's really funny that both like everybody that knows me knows that like two of my, if you had to break me down to franchises I like, you're saying Dragon Ball and Star Wars before you say a lot of stuff, and both of them are notorious for like having non-canon shit that's way cooler than a lot of their canon
Yep.
shit,
Yeah.
and somehow and like it took them till almost 2020 and 2020 beyond to realize like, hey, we don't need to keep like fucking up trying to make up shit. We could probably use that shit we already
Draw
made
from
up.
the fucking source material.
The crazy shit about like Dragon Ball is
Just
like
mm.
what?
No, just I just want.
I was gonna say like say
before
like-
you release the Gates of Hell.
yeah. So I got a hard drive of a bunch of totally legally downloaded movies and TV shows, and like, you know, if somebody found that in a post-apocalyptic world, you know, say that we get power back and everything, blah, 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 but, like, they haven't quite figured out radio towers or, like, cell signals and shit yet, but they got these hard drives and they got
Terabytes.
computers.
They definitely know how to function a terabyte.
That's just a hard drive. I'm talking about, bro, you need to relax. So, anyway, imagine imagine I downloaded every episode of Team 4-Star Dragon Ball and then every episode of normal Dragon Ball. Bro, imagine if you watched both, like, side by side, and concluded both of them, you'd sit there and be like, man, why did they remake Dragon Ball but shittier? Like, tell me Team 4-Star wouldn't be the approved canon in a post-apocalyptic world if it's the one they watch.
You're an even bigger idiot than he is if you think he knows how to work a phone.
No, hold on.
Please do the
terabyte.
Roshi laugh.
I was just about to say, I was just about to say,
Bro, it's so good, bro. It's so good. How do you
Pounding
guys
the tuna?
how do you guys get Hugo from Lost on the podcast?
that. Well,
Oh, he throwing shade. I hear you, boy.
yeah. Well, the thing is, man,
I don't know that reference.
Yeah, we're all young adults.
Yeah.
In the year 2021, we ain't watching no fucking Lost.
Copenhagen, you're
Copenhagen,
really
you're
selling yourself as a 54-year-old man.
Yeah,
Oh
he's
shit, I know who he's talking about.
Yeah, the
It's
fact-
just your hair. That's mean, Copenhagen.
Copenhagen's definitely 37 and a
Oh,
half.
bro, are you talking about the man guy from How I Met Your Mother? Man.
Oh yeah, that is him. That's the same guy. Bro. That's the same guy.
That's fucked. That's
The
ridiculous.
episode is his name because he's like always got bad luck.
Yeah, the
Fuck, bro, that's funny.
Yeah, the glitch. or
They
the-
didn't write Cersei well. That was my biggest like actual I'm really
Comes
mad
back to
about.
Game of
I'm like
Thrones.
the thing I was like actually like lividly upset
we're
about,
over
like, cause
here,
I
nigga.
could like grasp at straws and be like, this is kind. I get that. The dumbest shit that's ever happened in movies or TV ever to me is them writing Cersei the way they wrote her. 'Cause she's the best character in the show until season 8. Like her, Tyrion, like Jaime, like it's fucking. They're just incredible.
Yeah.
They're like the best, most well written, acted characters ever. And then season 8, you haven't even seen it yet, huh?
I saw it the first. 3
Anyway.
episodes.
The fucking season 8 happens and she just doesn't do anything.
She just takes it.
She just sits there and then dies. Like it's fucking stupid. Spoiler
Cersei
alert.
dies?
Yeah, bro. What? Come on.
God damn
Don't
it.
sit here and act like you didn't know that shit was gonna happen.
I didn't.
It's Cersei, bro. I'm sorry.
I knew that.
Well, if it
Bran-
makes
I
you
know
feel
that
better,
Bran
it's
takes
fucking
the,
lame.
I know that Bran
won't make you
takes
feel
the
better.
Iron Throne.
Yeah.
I knew
A
that.
cripple gets the throne.
Yeah. I mean,
I like
I like
Bran.
the way they go about explaining why,
I didn't.
but
I don't
like
know why.
I was upset. Well, okay, cool. Don't watch it.
Okay.
Form an opinion, bro.
I
But
mean, look, my only the only thing I can weigh in is I saw season 1 through 7 in its entirety. I think twice, and it's really goddamn good.
yeah,
I love it. I
season
really
7 is
love
great.
it.
I like
And
7.
I
a
saw
lot.
the first 3 episodes of 8, and there's nothing in 8 yet that made me go, "This is really bad." Like I really liked it. Like I agree that the Battle of Winterfell should have been longer,
Yeah, that should have been way longer.
but
way longer.
but-
I thought it was gonna be a 2-part.
but
thing.
it wasn't
yeah,
like.
like the hype for the White Walkers was too high. Like you can't just have that in two fucking.
But I was,
episodes.
but me personally, just me, I wasn't disappointed in it. Like I really, like it was just like while I was watching it, fanfare wise, I was
Yeah.
like, "Fuck yeah,
I-
dude!"
The amount of people that died in that episode
Dude,
was like perfect for Game of
Yeah.
Thrones, but there should have been like just a level above like who Jorah died. So like Jorah dies in that episode, and that's like definitely the highest caliber death, other than maybe
Sansa.
she doesn't.
Shut up.
Like I'm trying to think the next one. Like I guess Melisandre's like right under him on the totem pole, or Beric
Fuck
Dondarrion. Like those two
Melisandre.
are the only ones that were like big characters with a lot of speaking lines.
Bro, I never gave a fuck about Melisandre.
Bro, we
She
understand.
was so hot.
She is. Yeah.
What?
Melisandre?
Dude, that bitch looked like she was falling off her fucking bones, dude.
Oh,
What? Yeah, when she's 1,000
No,
for
I'm
that
talk-
one scene. What are you talking
Whole
about?
time.
Oh, you
Whole
talking about
time,
The
bro.
red lady.
She looks like a
Oh,
less well put together mom from Smallville.
That is a reference and a half right there, bro.
There's
It's
some hot
been a
bitches
minute.
over Game of Thrones.
All right, bro. Like I mean, so many of them. But that episode should have ended with like a Jorah level or higher character getting axed and like cliffhanging into the end of that fight, like Jon staring down homeboy Night King. And then it like going into like what making you wait that week, getting to the
fact
next
that
episode,
Cersei-
and it's a fucking fight, bro. Like, look, Arya killing him is sick and all, whatever.
The fact
That
that
was
Cersei,
Jon's
the
fight,
fact
bro.
that Cersei died off screen is a joke.
She didn't. What? She didn't die off screen. Okay, she dies off screen, but she doesn't die off screen. It's not like it's not like they it's not like
She
the
got
actress.
crushed.
Yeah, exactly. Like she
That's-
didn't get
that's-
she didn't
that's
Crushed
get.
by what?
He's upset that she didn't get stabbed in the stomach or like choked out by Tyrion or
Crushed
something.
by what?
Something? Rocks.
Wow.
There you go, rocks.
Did her own dragon crush her?
Limestone.
Cersei doesn't have a dragon. You're
Oh,
not.
that's not that bitch.
That's not her. That's Daenerys.
I'm
That's
not
my
gonna
baby.
Look, bro, I'm not gonna hold
I
you.
love my uncle.
Alan, Alan, don't
I'm
do
not
it.
gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. Now when I say catch an attitude with me again because I don't know a character, I promise I'll fight you.
Well, no, I'm
Nah,
mad
nah,
because you
nah,
came
no.
in here wanting to make us piss each other. You don't even know what you're talking. You haven't even watched it.
I don't.
Like,
I
you
don't.
just want- you
I-
just
that
wanna
shit- that
sow
shit-
mayhem.
That shit you do.
You wanna
where-
watch the
that
world
shit, that
burn.
shit. That shit you do where you
You're like
get
the
a-
band that stole the
shut up.
rubies
Your-
and gave them
your
to the little
jokes- your
kids in
jokes
Dark
aren't good.
Knight.
Your jokes
You're
aren't
like the
that
guy
good.
that
Your
Michael
little
Caine
brother's
was mad
funnier than you.
about.
Your little brother's funnier.
They
than
literally
you.
burned a
You have to
forest
live
down
with
because
that.
of
You
you.
want
They
to be
burned a
funny
forest
and you're
down
not,
because
but
of
you're
you.
not funny.
They failed. You're the
still yelling.
Joker.
You talk over
And that's
people.
kind of awesome. I
You're-
respect you.
no,
Go ahead,
You're
continue.
just running your mouth. Don't disrespect me again, because we will box for real. I won't do this podcast, bitch. I give a fuck about that lame ass show. I'll smack the shit out of you. I'll burn those fucking books. I don't give a fuck if I don't know about the shit. I want to see a fucking argument. Don't fucking talk over me when I'm speaking. I'll fuck you
You
up.
tried to set up good podcast.
Yeah, I literally showed up. You didn't even
And
have
you
anything
trying to
fucking
be
talk
fr-
about.
You guys are trying to be friends.
smack the shit out of you. Your shitty
How
ass.
dare us? How dare us have a moment where we like see each other eye to eye that since we haven't seen each other since high school, just like catching up a little bit, realizing we both love Game of Thrones,
Nobody
and having
said
a
that you don't both
constructive
name it.
conversation
Neither
about
one
it.
You guys don't agree on the end. I just wanted to see a debate about that. Neither one of you is good at debating or confrontation, so I didn't get that.
didn't
However,
deliver at
you're not
all.
finna scream over me with your lame ass fucking jokes. I know that because I'll light your ass up.
You wet sock muppet.
As he's strumming legend.
I mean, I made a pretty decent debate on why we shouldn't judge it so harshly at the beginning, and ever since, he hasn't really combated me on any of my points. So, I mean, there's not much of an argument to be had yet.
Which is 100% true, but you're not finna.
Just don't come at me and say that I'm not arguing
Chris-
well or that I
Chris-
can't.
Chris said, "Your horse ain't coming in, dude."
Like, what are you saying?
He said, "Why you yelling
You're
at
just
me?"
upset that we are sitting here like fucking grabbing each other's
no,
throats.
Nobody's upset about that. What I'm upset about is that when
You
I
literally just
when
got
I-
mad that we didn't get mad at each other. You said that.
No, he got mad that you like came at him.
Come,
'cause he
yo,
doesn't
you
know shit
keep
about
you
Game
dead
of
ass
Thrones.
just keep fucking talking over me when I'm trying to speak. I'm dead ass gonna get heated. So shut the fuck up and listen. All right.
She was killed by fucking Quartz.
Nah,
Quartz
nah,
isn't
nah,
even a
nah, nah,
character.
no, don't read that. I'm talking to you. So what I got upset with was I don't know the bitch's name because I don't watch the show. You're not gonna scoff at me or give me an attitude. Then you try to scream.
Well, it's just
you,
so
shut
funny.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I'm not done talking. Then you tried to scream at me. Oh, you want us to argue, but you didn't even watch it. I don't give a fuck if I didn't watch the show. I wanted to see somebody debate about something because you never get to talk about Game of Thrones because nobody else finished last season. So I brought you somebody that could. Don't fucking start yelling at me again.
I'm not yet. I never
Nah,
was.
nah, yeah, you were. Timestamp it. Don't
Okay.
fucking yell at me.
Timestamp it. Cut the episode
The
right
thing
there.
is, we're having a pretty great conversation about it.
No,
like
that's
you
perfect.
don't know what we're
my,
saying.
My issue was don't give me a fucking attitude because I don't
wasn't
know
giving
the
you an
bitch's
attitude.
name. Yeah, you were.
That wasn't an attitude.
Yeah, it
was a
was.
joke.
It wasn't funny.
Because you
Then
are
you
the
kept
one who
screaming.
you enact a Game of Thrones conversation
And don't know
misname
about
a
it,
character.
correct.
Yeah, it's just funny.
Yeah, it's
funny
not.
to be like, that's
It's
not,
not.
She doesn't even have a dragon. It's
So
just
Alan,
it's jokes. It's
nah.
funny.
How did
Nah,
you
it
feel about
wasn't.
in-game?
This nigga said,
I like when
"Let's-"
Daenerys shows
My
up.
man said, "Let's the
Yes.
game."
The one with the dragon.
Yeah, my baby. She be fucking her nephew, but you know it's okay.
Oh,
it's
bro.
okay. It's okay.
Yeah, that's the
that's
if
what the
there's
show's
like a
built on, you know,
if there's
it's
like
all
a
cool.
quarrel I have with the show is how much they kind of justify incest.
Yeah.
Like a little
It's
too
just, it's just
like
okay.
Yeah,
they
they
make
really
it evident
do.
that it's like not okay, but they also kind of flirt with the idea of like, guys, just hear us out. And I don't know if I love that.
Yeah, no, it's really strange. From
pretty- it's
episode
pretty weird.
1, dude.
Yeah, literally off the fucking rip
That man
for
said
the whole show,
he pushed that boy off that goddamn tower.
bro.
And he rules
That's
the
where they
nation.
look at each other, like when after it's been the whole course of the show. They don't see each other after that one scene, and then literally season 8, he's the end of the first episode. He shows up, and bro, Bran's just got that fucking. What's up, bitch? Like that look, bro. For the last 25 seconds, like it's just sitting on him with the music.
He's like,
Sometimes
"You
they
remember
hold on a shot for a second.
Yeah.
was so good,
When Jamie gets his hand cut off is one of the best holds of a shot in the show.
bro.
Dude, it's just like because you think
Because
they're
you
gonna,
have no.
well, they cut his hand off and you think they're gonna cut like 2 seconds before they cut, which like 2 seconds doesn't sound long, but when you're looking at a guy screaming at his hand being cut off, like it's just him going and you think it's cut,
and
he
then
goes,
it gets louder. It's like they did a perfect job of what probably would happen.
yeah,
Like in how he and they tease you with the like he's about to stab him in the eye for like
yeah.
bro for like a minute. He holds that. I don't know how if that was
brilliant
fake.
editing.
There's no way it's fake. Like I think
The
I
blade?
think
Nah, the
Nikolai.
blade was fake.
Well, yeah, I mean not like a legit sharp knife, but like whether it's a prop or not, that shit is like in his fucking eye, and there's no way it's CGI. Like you can't do it. So that thing's like in his.
I mean, they make dragons.
Well, you know what? You know, that's a good point. But you think they're like
a knife.
they have to paint like all this green to do that. Like you know they gotta do a lot of shit, and like I feel like they probably are just pressing that shit in his.
Yeah, maybe.
But if they do, bro, it gets in there. This guy gets the character we're talking about. Bro, he has his knife all the way like, it's not like right here where it's easy to like crook a knife in the little, what's this?
Tear duct.
Tear duct, like the little corner of your eye. It's like on the eyeball, pushing in. That shit ain't.
Yeah,
There's
it's
so
a
many little
gnarly-
moments
it's a
like that.
gnarly fucking show, dude.
They're sick.
What's your show comparable as far as quality to you? For me, it's Mandalorian.
For Game of Thrones,
For me, it's Mandalorian as far as like quality wise.
Mandalorian's probably now the right there. Like in terms of scale and what it is. Low key though, actually, have you guys watched WandaVision yet?
No, I haven't. I was talking about it earlier.
I heard it was good though.
It's incredible. Like every episode's only like 30 minutes long, but
You didn't see it yet. You said right.
right, bro, it's like legit a movie. Like it like feels like you're in the movies. Each episode feels like a little tiny
A vignette.
MCU movie, and like it's so right. It's so good. It's
Zach was here for it.
bro.
Zach had
The
to
most
confirm
recent
that for
episode.
you.
There are 4 episodes in right now, and the 4th episode is incredible.
Really?
It's I mean all 4 episodes are great. Like
That's
really really good. But the 4th episode like just kind of turns the page on
That's
like
the first
here's
piece
what
of-
we're really gonna show. Here's what we're gonna be capable of for the show. Like
That's the first piece of MCU out since Spider-Man, isn't it?
Oh yeah, Homecoming.
No, since Far From Home.
Yeah, Far From Home. I get.
I think so. Yeah.
That's the first piece of
Yeah,
MCU.
well, so technically Black Widow was supposed to be first,
but it didn't. Yeah.
but it hasn't. They haven't brought it out. Apparently, the reason they were gonna just release on Disney Plus, like that was the want, but Scarlett Johansson in her contract, this is kind of whack to me. In her contract, there's like a clause of like you can't release anything digitally before it goes on like to the big screen.
Really?
So they're just sitting on it, and I don't know if they're like trying to like change their contract or do what, but it has to go to theaters, which is kind of I don't know. You
Do the
think they would just
simultaneous
send her a bunch of cash and be like, please,
Yeah.
like this shit was supposed to be in theaters a year ago.
It's just Corona. Come on.
Yeah,
Goddamn
like
leeway.
People need to.
we got shows coming out that like you're supposed to be watching with the hindsight of having seen Black Widow already. Like I don't know.
I lost interest in wanting to see it. Ever since she died, I'm just like, what's the point of the show?
Well, like,
Yeah, like
well, in the comics, like a lot of people don't know, like Wanda's like the scope of her abilities. Like she's a reality warping Omega level like threat mutant.
yeah. Are you talking about Black Widow?
Yeah.
What you were saying? Yeah.
Like
Okay.
in the comics, like she takes out 99% of mutant ability. Like almost all the mutants, 99% of them lose their abilities, and then it's just because she lost her shit. And then she gets her shit back together and like recreates the world in the image that it was before.
So she's stronger than Jean.
She's stronger than Jean. She's one of like the top like 10.
She's
one of the top 10.
That was the
most
only
powerful.
bitch that they like. That's like
Well,
the
Jean-
fucking.
I was gonna say it's
You know?
probably like right there with those
Well,
two.
Jean was
Yeah.
only like an Omega level threat when she was infused with the Phoenix Force. But she was like
I
a
don't know
powerful.
enough about X-Men.
She was a powerful mutant. Like
I
she's
remember in the first 3 movies, she was like always like.
Yeah,
They
Yeah.
always had to keep an eye on her.
she's
for some
an
reason.
incredibly powerful telepath. But like in the third movie, that's when she gets imbued with the Phoenix Force, and that's when she loses her shit. Like like dissolves Professor X into atoms and
excuse
shit.
me.
Like that's the only time she ever like, becomes like a truly like world threat.
Mhm.
But like there's only like people like Havoc, that's Scott Summers, Cyclops' brother. He shoots beams from his hands. Like
Yeah.
people like that, like Omega level. Bobby, the Iceman, is like after what's her name, Killer Frost, the telepath. She
Mhm.
enters. She like takes the consciousness of Iceman,
Excuse me,
and
bro. Same at the same moment. We
Yeah,
burped.
fucking coffee.
and because she's so fucking like crazy and can like unlock the potential of a person's mind. She like inhabits Iceman's body, and up until that point, he didn't know like the full scope of his abilities. He thought he had ice powers. What his abilities are basically he can remove the energy out of atoms. Like it's not just ice. Like in one issue, he went from just like normal Iceman to an Omega level threat like mutant because he can, if on a whim, he can initiate an ice age.
They just be writing anything. God damn.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, part of me is like, this is why we need the Dave and Dans and the John Favreau's and the Dave
Yeah.
Filoni's to like pluck what works
need-
out of all the
you need
like, the
power
what is
scale.
canon or isn't canon.
But yeah, there's like
Yeah,
real
the-
power scaling issues.
Yeah,
in Marvel.
that
Well, I guess they were just
they gotta
when
cap
you're-
it somewhere.
yeah, when you're doing like comics back then, you just need something that sounds
That's not
so
even, like,
absurd.
back then, dude. That's in the last like 15, 20 years.
Oh well, then see, like I've
Ever
never
since-
kept up with what's going on in the comics, really. Like, kind of since MCU, because like Emergency Awesome will be like, here's what's happening in the like comics that are canon, because there's like canon comics with what's going on in the MCU, like the stuff that Cap and Black Widow did between Civil War and Infinity War. Like, you know, they just show all these things. Bro, Cap was in 2 movies in a row with War at the end.
Yeah.
That's weird. I don't know, it's a weird
Y'all see those
connection.
memes
Which one?
where it was Captain America sitting on the bench. You know how
Yeah,
back
when
in
he's
time?
old.
Old man.
And then
Cap.
they just put Joe Biden right next to him.
I did.
He just looks like Joe Biden. I'm like, oh shit. That shit was
Obama
funny.
Sam walking up next to him. Oh, bro.
That's funny.
I wonder when someone's gonna make a good Joe Biden, Joe Budden meme.
Oh gee.
What's that? I don't even know what that
Joe
is.
Budden?
What's
Joe
Joe
Bud-
Budden?
yeah.
He
Joe
runs like the
Budden.
biggest hip hop podcast, and he was a rapper.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah. He runs a really big hip hop.
I bet there is a meme that we're just not aware of.
He's like the Joe Rogan of hip hop podcasting.
Really?
He's really big.
Never even heard that name before.
Joe Biden.
He had like a beef with Eminem. Eminem like wrote a diss track towards him.
What's he doing with Drake? Whenever he
Did
had all
Drake
that
do a diss
shit.
towards him?
Huh?
Did Drake do a diss track towards him?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know at all.
Yeah, that was like 4 years ago.
Oh
that was
shit.
like his recent. That shit was funny. As
That's
hell.
how out of the loop I stay.
Yeah,
I
that shit-
had
No,
no
you
idea.
good. That was just some social media shit that just happened.
When you went and saw Endgame, did you guys see it like the day it came out, or was it like had been?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
the
was,
day it came
uh,
out. That shit
premiere.
was packed.
We saw it like
Bro.
earlier than like it was because they were supposed to premiere like whatever day at midnight. We saw it like 7:30 the day before.
Right? Yeah, that's
Oh,
when we
yeah,
saw
yeah,
it. Where'd
yeah,
you go and watch it?
It was up in was it in Pineville or in Rock Hill?
Was it Redstone or the other one?
I'm trying to remember. I think.
There was a.
We got to Redstone 5 hours before the movie
We went to that one.
to like get our seats.
Did we go to that one that's up by the Books a Million?
That's
I'm trying to
Regal
figure out.
Manchester.
I think.
I think we might have gone.
Hold
to
on, hold on.
Manchester.
Let me check because I still have.
I saw the greatest thing I've ever seen, like in a public place that day.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, it's-
We got there 5 hours early. One person got there before us, and it was a mom with her 3 kids. And
Oh,
they went
wow.
up. They went like sat at the top of the theater. We sat like in the perfect seats, bro. Like right middle of the rows, like the first row of the level that you get in when you walk in. You know, we didn't go down. We went like up to that first row that's kind of like above the floor,
yeah.
like perfect dead center of the theater. We sit there. We're there for 5 hours because we were like we're gonna get good seats. And we went and saw PDX, like the PDX version,
Yeah.
the premium digital experience at Redstone in Indyland.
Yeah.
And the greatest thing I've seen in public was this. We got there 5 hours early. The greatest thing ever is the people who thought 2 hours early was enough.
Oh hell no.
Bro,
No.
the people that got there 2 hours early, the last like 100 people to walk in, every single one would walk in and be like, "Are you fucking kidding me? 2 hours early and there's no seats?"
Yep.
When I tell you from 5 hours early to 2 hours early, that 3 hour window, it was at 85, 90% capacity.
Yeah.
Like it was, and obviously every
Endgame,
great
dude.
seat. Yeah, it was in game.
It was 15 years of movie building.
From like when we got there, like 10 minutes later was when like it started like rolling. Like people were like just steadily coming in, like a trickling, 5 people, 10 people, 5 people, 10, like a few people at a time. And like in an hour, there's just, I went to use the bathroom and I came back and I look up and it's just literally all the middle is the only, like just everybody kept picking the next row
Next best
to
seat.
sit in the middle. It was hilarious. And then like that last 2 hours was just so sad. because like no one came in the last hour. Like it was from 2 hours to an hour.
What's
Like
capacity?
it was full. Like it was over. Like and everyone just had. All the sad people had succumbed to the sadness, and were sitting in their terrible
Fire
seats.
Marshal Bill in that
Goddamn.
son of a bitch.
Now,
Like
did y'all go watch every single movie that came out,
Of
or was there ones that you forgot?
When the
I
movie
saw
came
everyone
out,
in theater.
everyone?
I've seen every MCU in
See,
theater.
When
I
the movie
fucked
came
up.
out, I hadn't seen Captain Marvel or the second Ant-Man.
Damn.
See, I don't know. I feel like I'm talking about like the ones that were building up to Endgame.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Wait,
It went Infinity War, Captain Marvel, Ant-Man, Captain Marvel, Endgame.
I don't remember Captain Marvel being in Endgame at all.
Yeah, she's at the end
Yeah.
in the fight. Remember, she grabs Thanos when he's about to snap.
She,
And Endgame in the fight at the end.
Remember, she
She's so
says, "Hey,
regrettable.
She's the last. She's the last one. She's the last one to fight Thanos like
Spider-Man
hand to hand
says-
before Tony grabs the gems.
Spider-Man's holding the Infinity Gauntlet, and he's going like, "I'm Peter Parker." She says, "Hey, Peter Parker."
Oh, okay. okay.
Yeah.
That was just so regrettable. I mean, not regrettable,
Forgettable.
but
Forgettable.
There we go.
Yeah, she's kind of like.
That's
I
kinda
think they
dumb.
had different plans for how it all rolled out, and it
I
just
liked
didn't
the
go.
I liked
I
the
like-
Captain Marvel. It
Yeah.
had editing issues. to
Yeah,
me.
I like the movie, but I'm with you. It kind of felt like something wasn't.
They should have shot it reverse of how they shot it. Like if they would have shot it from like a girl living on Earth, partying, being in the military. This woman is in part of the, like this experimental fucking unit.
You think they should have started earlier
They should have started
in her
with the-
from her point of view?
so like you do all this stuff and then she like blows up fighting this guy and then she wakes up in a different planet, no memory, and the guy training her is the guy that just tried to kill her. Like it's a much more interesting film. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. There's only a couple of movies in the MCU that I don't love really, and
Yeah.
because they've done a really good job making them all pretty good.
Yeah.
Like Thor: Dark World, like when I think back to it, it's pretty ass. But if you go back and watch it, it's like okay, a lot of it's ass, but there's a couple okay moments. And then Incredible Hulk was just not. They made it
I
so
also-
early. It's like the
Yeah, I
first
was saying-
one, and it's just kind of like
It's funny how they consider it part of the MCU.
yeah, it's
universe.
like technically canon. I'm like, where's Homegirl at then? Where's his love interest?
See, the thing I've
Like,
always
where's
said,
the brain guy?
the thing I've always said between the Marvel and MCU thing is like DC, the Marvel and MCU, the DC and MCU thing is that DC has always put prioritized like the marketing campaign, whereas Marvel has always prioritized the content of their movies. Like they're trying to stay true to like their fan base, whereas DC just like they market
Money.
they market the fuck out of their shit. They spend $200 million because they know they're gonna make $700 million.
Yeah. And now MCU does that, but they don't they do that just because everyone loves it. It's
Yeah.
not. They're not like
They built an audience.
Exactly.
They built an actual cinematic
famous.
universe.
enough of one that we're all gonna sit and watch the Disney Plus shows
Yep.
and watch the movies and keep up with everything because it's
Exactly.
gonna make sense to.
Dude, in
because
like
it's
10
enjoyable.
in like 10 years for somebody that hasn't seen a Marvel movie, they're gonna start because that's where their problem is. Like they played the long game, but eventually the long game's gonna bite them in the ass because people that are new to Marvel aren't gonna sit down and watch.
Yeah, that's a lot of content.
Watch 30 movies, 10 shows, and 40 things just to be keyed in for the next movie.
You should have been born early.
Yeah.
Well,
Exactly.
I mean-
that's kind of my point. It's like eventually, they played the long game as far as building this humongous cinematic universe, but like I said, it's gonna bite them in the ass, and that people aren't just gonna new.
Well, from a
viewers.
business standpoint, the staying power is worth it because they're always gonna have an audience. Like
I don't know, cause you
it's not a bunch of 80-year-olds watching. You know, statistically, most of us are gonna live through the MCU.
Yeah, look at it like the fans are eventually gonna have families. You know, they're gonna want them to be part of that culture too.
Yeah, and I'm showing my kids the MCU.
That's fair.
I'm be like, bro, watch
It's a
this
fair-
shit.
it's a fair point.
It's fun. It's
gonna be,
cool.
hey, bro, like,
You can be Iron Man for Christmas. Of course
Yeah,
you can. For Christmas, not Halloween. I know it's
and,
weird,
like,
but
the release dates that they came out in theaters, that's when you put, I little motherfucker, sit down and watch this shit.
This
And then next year, I'm gonna
is
show
the
you
anniversary.
Listen,
we make it real time. We make out a calendar of the
started. All right, you gonna start that shit.
You gotta wait 2 years between Infinity War and Endgame.
It was only 1 year.
Was it?
Yeah, it was only 1 year.
Oh, okay.
Almost to the it was supposed to be to the day, but then it got delayed a month. Or no, was it early a month? It was something. It was pretty close
Isn't
to a
it
year.
a 4-year gap in the movies?
5 year.
5 years.
Yeah, 5 years passed from Infinity War to Endgame, which is nuts.
Isn't the current now in MCU is 2024?
2023.
I'm one off every time.
Yeah, it's always one off, dude. It's crazy.
I can't wait for that new Spider-Man.
Bro, I'm so
Dude.
excited. I have so many.
I just want to see Toby.
I want to see everybody. I know
just
Charlie
wanna s-
Cox, bro, the guy who played Daredevil on
Oh, yeah,
Netflix.
I heard he was on
Bro.
there.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
I don't know what his role.
You think they're gonna do?
Well, he's gonna be
Deadpool?
Daredevil.
You think they're gonna do Deadpool?
I think they're gonna do Deadpool.
That'd be amazing if they do Deadpool.
Ryan
Well, he's officially in the MCU now.
Yeah.
Like from now on,
MCU
like
character.
Deadpool 3 will be official MCU canon. And like so apparently he's gonna become the new like Stan Lee cameo character. He'll be in all the MCU movies in a capacity for like a second, and just kind of, maybe, like so. Emergency Awesome's theory is that he'll just be the guy that is poking fun at the logistics of some things.
Okay.
So say like Ant-Man 3 happens, and like he's talking to like a professor. He's like, I've been shrinking for years now, and I don't really know how it happens. And the guy's like, well, it's kind of hard to explain. And it just cuts to Deadpool like in the corner reading a magazine for a second. He's like, yeah, you and the rest of the audience agrees. And then and that's his whole scene in the movie. But he does that for like every MCU movie, like Stan Lee did for a second. And that's what's gonna happen.
How are they gonna handle his like R-rated?
They're gonna make a Disney Plus section of Disney Plus that's for R-rated movies, so that they can have that, and then stuff like Blade when Blade comes out, and like other MCU projects that could be rated R.
Do you know that Pulp Fiction is technically a Disney property?
I did not know that.
I did not know that.
Miramax.
Pulp Fiction needs to go to Disney.
When Pulp
Plus.
Fiction was made, Miramax was owned by Disney.
I didn't know that.
Do they not still own Miramax?
Oh yeah.
I haven't even heard of Miramax.
You think
film.
Disney relinquishes control of a production company?
No, I wouldn't. I was just saying the way you worded it made it seem like at the time they owned it. I was like,
I'm saying like it's not like a
Would
new
they have stopped?
It's not like a new acquisition.
they have just had it since then,
They've
at least.
they've
Yeah.
owned Miramax for years and years.
Damn.
That's hilarious.
Technically, Pulp Fiction is Disney's first R-rated film.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like they own some. I remember watching something where they were like, contrary to popular belief, Disney owns a lot of R-rated movies technically because of blah 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 and blah 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 owning these companies.
The low-key have fucking stakes in those silver screens.
Yeah.
Facts.
It's a parent company to a very many production companies.
We have some porno films on the side. y'all ain't got to worry about that.
You want to know a fun fact about Disney? So anything made by Disney or any of Disney's animated, it's kind of like a fucked up clause, but if you're an artist and you work for Disney, whatever you make while you work for Disney is Disney property. So anything you make, even in your off time, when you're not like on the, so like
With everybody?
anybody that's ever worked for Disney, but there have been a lot of like sick freaks that work for Disney, and there's literally like thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of copies of pornographic images of Disney characters.
Oh Jesus!
That's hilarious.
And Disney literally, by law, like in their contract,
Owns it.
they have a file, they have a room
Just
dedicated to their characters' porn because they own
Disney
it.
porn. Oh
They
my
own
God.
it.
Like, but I mean, we haven't worked for them. If we make it and it gets online, what do we do? How do we get this in the room? How do we get our Mickey Mouse Rule 34s into that room?
Some of it is on like, and that's another thing. Like they have like
Disney
other
just-
people's stuff.
Disney just has like a whole folder full of Reddit art in their fucking.
It's crazy.
Tumblr.
stuff.
Are we talking Tumblr pre-crash or post-crash? It's like pre-crash had a lot of shit. Post-crash got kind of weak. It's pretty bad. They not as many artists on there anymore. They were upset.
What was it, Deviant Art or whatever the fuck?
Yeah,
Deviant
you
Drama
can't
shit?
put porn on Tumblr anymore. That's like a couple of years ago now.
Everybody goes to Reddit now.
Yep, it's pretty much the only place.
Is
Twitter too, low
4chan
key.
still a thing?
4chan exists.
Technically, yeah, but it's like
I haven't heard anything.
it's
about
monitored
it. Okay.
heavily.
Okay, I was about to say.
Because 4chan got like
It's just like a
people
new,
got in
it's
trouble
just
on
like
there.
a new message board site at this point.
Okay.
yeah.
I don't know all the new like where these weird computer geeks go now to share their
Mostly Reddit.
pornographic images.
I just don't even. I just
I rather not know.
yeah. I was
I'll
like
stay
I'm
on
in the
Twitter.
same boat. I'm like yeah. Twitter's where I'm
Yeah,
gonna
Twitter.
catch my my info through the Twitters.
Yeah, this
I see everybody on there. They they say their
Twitterverse
things.
is like
Cool.
the perfect. It's just the perfect social media platform for me, anyway. It's enough fuck shit, but it balances out with like all the normal shit. So
Yeah, I know so many people that have like social media, not just like social media anxiety, but like social media like they have problems staying off of it.
Yeah.
Like they get caught up in
Dependency.
like a dependency on it, like
Yeah,
and
yeah.
especially with like negative like shit like drama, and I'm just like
but
I
that's
just
mostly like the Facebook people for me.
yeah, I was gonna say like Facebook seemed like that, and now like I know people like close friends of mine online, like they have to delete it for like a month at a time, like just delete Twitter. And I'm like, bro, I don't get how. Yeah, I'm like, how do you not separate yourself from what's going on.
People just don't know how to take things in moderation. That's just
Yeah. Like, and I'm on there a lot. I mean,
Oh yeah, I am
every
too.
day, like this screen right here is usually just Discord. That's like literally reserved for Discord, and this screen is usually Twitter. And then I watch shit over here, and we have the podcast on that screen. And then if I ever want to watch a movie or show a video to people who are here, I pull it over there so people can see it over there. And otherwise, like I have Twitter open the whole time. If I get a notification, see what the notification is. Someone liked the thing, okay, whatever. Go back to home, and then like I'm on it all day, all the time. But I'm not like
Obsessed.
I'm not obsessed.
Yeah.
You know, like I have it open. And like my friends, the ones who have a problem, it's with like negative shit and drama. I'm like, bro, you gotta unfollow some people.
Yeah, it's-
when you
it's-
see that
it's
shit,
really
it
not that hard.
Take a look at that person that tweeted it or retweeted it and be like, do I need this person to keep sending tweets? Do I like their shit a lot? Do I enjoy who that person is? Fucking axe them, bro. Like
Yeah, it's not
the
that
only part of Twitter I don't like is the what's happening. Like the what's happening thing on the side. On PC you have what's happening on the right, or when you click like Twitter moments and go to the news, it shows all that and I'm like, well, this is just a whole bunch of bias.
I was like, are you talking about like the trending? What's
Yeah,
trending?
like
Oh, okay,
trending shit
okay.
like that, because you don't really get control of that yourself.
Yeah.
You know, you don't get to decide what's like
What
good to
really-
have or what's like.
See,
You
I-
can't follow
What was
trends
it? I
because they're
don't-
trending.
Well,
Yeah.
on the mobile, it doesn't really have that, so you have to like look for
You
it.
have to like go side to side.
Because
and
when I
s-
see
yeah.
like something popping, I was like, "What the fuck they talking about?" So I just go to trending. I was like, "Oh, okay." I
That's
click on
why.
whatever the
Yep.
fuck. I was like, oh. So I like how there's like a little section where you like.
My shit is very much like almost like a predictable puzzle at this point. Like I can like start getting on a path and be like, well, we're gonna finish this puzzle a line at a time, like 1, 2, 3 from the bottom up, because you just know like what's like with UFC fights, bro. Every UFC fight, I'm like, well, I'm about to know, like it's about to go nuts in here for every fight. Like it's just we're live tweeting them. Like me and my friends
I
will
will
all
be right back.
Okay, me and my friends would be watching it, and it's just live tweet the whole scenario of what's
Whole
going on in the podcast, on the Twitter.
Were
It's
you
great.
following the whole thing with GameStop?
Bro,
Yo, that shit was wild.
it's nuts. It's only gotten crazy too, because I think today, I want to say it hit 500 again, but I low key. Someone told me it was higher, but I haven't seen it.
Well,
I haven't been like paying any attention really. I've been doing shit all day.
Because let me see. I don't have Robinhood and all that shit, and then like you know how Cash App has like the little
Yeah,
trading thing.
I just. Bro, I haven't
Nice.
invested or tried to invest with anything with my own shit. My problem is I'll get addicted. I'll play it. I'll see it as the gambling that it is.
Yeah.
I've got friends who like do it pretty steadily and make like enough on there to where they're like, basically they're just playing with house money, you know.
Yeah.
And
It's still at 300, 325.
yeah, well, it just spiked at one point during the day, is all like, because it was at what was the lowest it got back to, like 170, 130 or something. It got really low like 2 days ago. Dogecoin, bro. Dogecoin is the funniest shit.
I always wanted to know how they fucking pronounce that shit. I thought it was
I don't think there's a
Doge.
right
or,
way.
I thought it was
Like Doge is the meme, the little dog,
yeah,
you
the
know.
dog.
But then like some people just say doggy.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was like, he's a dog. How the fuck do you pronounce this piece of shit?
I had no clue. Like at this point, I'm just on board because of the meme. I put a little bit in because I was like, if I put like $10 in, if I put like $10 in and then it just blows up, like cool, it blows up. But if it doesn't, it's $10.
Yeah, it's $10.
And I own some Dogecoin forever. And what if what if somehow we fuck around and
On some
Elon Musk
Bitcoin
memes
shit.
this shit into some Bitcoin shit one day? You know what I mean?
Shit just skyrockets to like 30,000 per fucking. Was it
Like, cause what is there
Dogecoin?
is there anything like Bitcoin that's worth anything close to Bitcoin money?
Hell no.
Like, there's nothing that's like thousands of dollars. Like, I'm sure there's some cryptos
like
that are
couple
like a couple
hundred,
hundreds
yeah.
and something, but
I remember I was playing with that a couple of years ago, and there was like there was Litecoin, Ethereum.
I remember Ethereum. I remember
Cash or some shit.
Ethereum.
Yeah, yeah. There was like a lot of shit going on, but it didn't really pop off.
Oh, yeah.
Like fucking analysts say it was gonna pop off. So I don't know. I was playing the stock market for a little bit, but then like
It's too
realized
scary for me, bro. I'm
I
like,
did for 2 days and I lost $5 and stopped.
that's
you
dude.
gotta, like-
You have way more power, like
you gotta,
willpower,
like, really like watch that shit day to day, and also like
down the line.
like always keep up with like the news, like the big, like if a CEO gets fired, that shit hits, it affects the stock. Like you have to be like on that shit, and it's like a lot.
Yeah, I have a buddy who keeps pretty keyed into it, and he just sounds so. I'm like, bro, maybe you should like relax on the stock market. He's like, I don't know, man. I gotta pay attention.
Bro,
And I'm like,
people
okay, dude.
whole day just glued to. Well, I mean, like glued to their screen, just fucking checking that shit.
Yep.
It-
That's all they do day to day.
Like they're just sitting there constantly researching who they have these stocks in, and then other ones on top to like, should I invest in them and blah blah blah. And like I had one friend tell
know
me,
what like IPOs are and shit. like that.
literally, bro. And one guy was like, "Well, dude, you see what happened was like, I took all my money out of him." And I was like, "Why, bro? That's like a great company." He was like, "Yeah, well, here's why. Like this guy, his brother died yesterday, and like his brother was having an affair with like his wife's best friend." And like it's causing turmoil at home, and I'm really worried that like the CEO is gonna like not be paying attention, and shit's gonna get out of hand, and it's gonna start to crash soon. And bro, my man was right. He would have lost like $8,000
Jeez.
if he had like stayed with it.
A lot
I was like, bro, you are playing this shit on another. We're all in 2021. He's like 3021. Like, my man's like way in the future. He's paying attention to shit.
the little shit counts.
It really
I'm
does.
sure.
It's nuts. I mean, it's like working. Like it's like working for tips. Like I deal cards. Like anybody who works as like a waiter or a waitress. Like it's the little smile you give the person, or the being able to read on if they're gonna like if you say ma'am or sir or not. Some don't like it. Like say that, say this. You got to be able to read people a little bit, and it's that every little thing gets you that extra, that extra
That
dollar.
butterfly.
It really is. It's nuts. I mean,
branches. Oh man.
it
those
branches
are
all over the
beautiful
place.
Butterfly.
that was a really good butterfly.
Yeah,
Did they?
I'm glad we
Can
had-
they see it?
I'm
Oh
glad
yeah,
we
they
had a
saw it.
visual.
I
for
don't know
that.
what the fuck this is. Fucking,
It's a
You know-
dove.
you know that fucking turkey? You had the hand turkey.
So you make it
Fucking
first
alien.
grade all the way through.
I don't know.
You
That does
remember-
not look like a turkey.
Remember how the 100th day of school was like a big deal for like the first few years of school?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bro,
man, sure.
4th grade happened, and it was the 100th day, and I was like, oh shit, guys, it's the 100th day. And they were like, so? And I was like, whoa, are we just...
We
Bro,
knew
did
each
we
other
all
for
grow
100
up that
days.
fast? This was a year ago. This was a huge deal. And all of a sudden, we don't care
I
anymore?
remember field day.
Bro, fit now.
Bro, field day
Field
was...
day.
Field day was awesome.
That shit was smacking.
You ever had a in elementary school where like if like you read like a certain amount of books, they have like a it's like a field day but for motherfuckers that read books and did good on
Yes,
the test.
bro, I was supposed to... When I
I
left
did that.
Buford, when I was in Buford, the 1 year I was at Buford Middle School, and I was there for 6th grade. It was the top 35 kids got to go. I was number 35, bro. I barely made the cut. And we were going to go whitewater rafting. And then we went to South,
Yeah. There were ones where
and then
like,
I didn't get to go.
you go
Damn.
to Carolines or some shit. That shit was lit. I like that shit.
Yeah,
Dude, I joined a chorus for 8th grade of middle school, and they went to what's it called, Carowinds every year.
mhm.
And then, but my 8th grade year, I went, and they had this thing that happened like once every 10 years. It just so happened to be that year I went. We went to Six Flags. Dog. I remember I sent you a video. You'll never have it. It'll never be like in anything you ever have anymore. But I texted you. I had a flip phone at the time. We
Oh
both-
Yeah.
hell.
I-
Damn,
240p.
yeah, maybe. Like that's great
I
flip phone
texted
quality.
you. I texted you. I said I'm.
44.
I said I'm in Arkham. No, I said.
Oh, I remember.
I said
Gotham.
I'm in Gotham City.
Yeah.
And you just sent me a text back. You said what?
I was like, what does that even mean,
And
bro?
I sent you a video on a flip phone, like
I do
quality.
remember this.
And I said, I am in Gotham.
He
City."
screamed it. Like it was, bro, it was so funny.
Bro, I know that goddamn phone bill was high as hell when you did that shit.
Bro, yeah. What does an 8-second video translate to in minutes?
God damn, I know that
like
damn
like
was
usable minutes.
I didn't get to text anybody the rest of that trip.
Hell no. You can't even call your dad like you on the way back.
Bro, out of all the things that skyrocketed in technology, it's a good thing phones got as good as they did as quick
Yeah.
as they did. Because, bro, could you imagine still using... I mean, I guess we wouldn't understand how good it
Unlimited
could be.
data was like such a niche thing.
It was such a, like, you're fucking rich.
Yeah, you make
You know,
money.
the one thing I do like about like cell phone technology is that
Just one.
no
thing.
matter how much it advances, like everybody's gonna have basically the same phone. Like even the
Yeah.
billionaires are gonna have like a iPhone 12 Max. Like, oh shit, I got the same.
Unless
for
you're
this
Tony
motherfucker.
fucking Stark and you got that little piece of glass that you just go like, fing, and it shows a room-sized hologram projecting off your little paperweight.
I just thought that was funny. Like cell phones is gonna be like one of the only technologies that people are always gonna have.
It's the
Yep.
great unifier.
Yeah.
No matter like the fucking.
It's like Jeff Bezos might be a billionaire, but he's bald too. Like
he's,
we don't all hold as much. You don't hold all the power with the money.
That motherfucker
You
got an
hold
Android
some.
somewhere. I know.
He's probably got 5 phones.
That motherfucker got
At least.
At least 2.
that pure Android experience.
Dude, like
You think
It's-
Bezos is in bed with Microsoft? Dude?
It's funny that it's
Ain't
like
no Windows Phone out here, B.
it's funny that it's like two big leaders. You know, there's other brands of
Yeah.
phone. You cannot have a Droid or a Samsung and have a fucking Razer or a Huawei or whatever these other phones are. But it's
They always run Android though.
yeah. It's like
If it's not iPhone, it almost always runs Android.
well, it's because Android's like
Open source.
open source
You
and
can customize it and shit.
yeah, like our dad bought an iMac for $3 last week.
Is it like it works good?
Yes. Well,
It's
so
like an Apple bar. Like I've never seen anyone like it. It's like it's got a dome base and it's got a 360 swivel arm that's connected to the monitor, and all the speakers and everything are built into the dome base.
the catch is it's 20 years old.
Oh,
But it works and connects to the internet and
I
opens
got
up
you.
YouTube and everything still. Like it's still
amazing.
functionally
I
an
think I know
iMac.
which one you're talking about.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, they would have them like
And he got it for
Genius
$3.
bars and stuff.
And so he was
Like,
asking me.
is
He
it
was
like
like,
the
"Can we fuck
colorful
this up a
ones, or
little
is
bit?
like
Can we
the-
change it?"
Like the white one.
It's just white. Like
Okay,
the
'cause I
the
know,
base
like-
is white and the arm's like chrome.
Okay, because I know like there were ones that like the outside coverings were like either like light green, pink.
Yeah, the
or
colorful.
all-
That was the next gen after
Yeah,
this
okay,
one.
okay. I was like, those were lit.
So
I
this
like
was
that shit.
this one was just like a like I said, like an Apple Genius bar, like the associates would
Yeah.
use. Like it was like a corporate one. It was. I don't even know if it was like for public production.
It reminds me of the iMacs we had at Learn TV before the ones that are there now. Like they were a step above this one for sure, but like not by very long. Like those iMacs
Not
were
in,
like 10 years
not
old
by,
at
like,
least.
physical hardware. Like this thing,
Yeah.
it's 20 years later and the thing still functions very properly.
Yeah, I mean that's what I was gonna say. Like the OS on it was literally the same as the ones we had at Learn TV. Like
Yeah.
the ones that are before the ones we have now. Like the new ones are like new as fuck. Like they're fucking dank. But this one was, I mean, it was working. When he pulled up YouTube, it had a bunch of shit on. It had a ton of music already loaded up on it. Like on the like. But he was asking me. He was like, "Can we like open this and change anything?" And I was like, "Nah. Like you got what you got." And he was like,
Yeah.
"Why?" I was like,
It's not a
It's
PC.
Apple, bro. Yeah, it's not a
It's-
PC. You
yeah,
can't
it-
change anything. Like they have to. Or like there's a couple guys out there that are freaks who are like
Yeah.
bought 20 iMacs so they could go in and play with shit and just change it anyway
Mm-hmm.
and like build their own versions. And
I need to see that.
bro, it's not. There's a guy with Teslas like that. That Joe Rogan had him on. You're not allowed. Tesla's the same as like Apple in that sense that you're like not allowed to fuck with their shit that much.
Yeah, the
Like,
fucking warranties like
yeah,
expired or some shit.
and the, like
Airtight.
yeah, and so like he would go buy like wrecked Teslas, and he's got like a few now that he's like put together from wrecked Teslas, and like he's showing people how to like modify them and change them. He has a whole YouTube channel devoted to it,
Check that
and
out.
it's kind of cool, but it's also like Elon's not cool with it, and like
What
Elon's a
does he do
scary
to-
guy.
What does he do to them?
He doesn't do anything. Oh, the Teslas?
Yeah.
Just little stuff like that you can change that otherwise you couldn't, like and like switches parts in and out and change like. I couldn't tell you. I haven't like looked at it
I
too
mean,
much.
like, what's
Most
the
of
new-
what I know is from the
I'm
podcast.
saying, what's a cool thing that they can do otherwise they wouldn't, like production standard?
From what I can remember, I don't remember any of the like specific like cosmetic things he did. I remember he did some, but I don't remember. His thing was that he can fix it and he doesn't have to get someone to do it for him.
Oh,
That's a big thing they're not
Yeah.
cool with because they don't want people fucking around with their shit.
yeah.
They don't want people fucking with their Teslas.
They want the like
Yeah, 'cause then they can, like,
inclusivity.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
Which
like, they all have
every
like certain
company-
information that like,
Yeah.
it's like company property nobody wants.
Exactly,
Yeah,
but
hold
like,
up.
what's gonna stop Ford from grabbing a Tesla and like dissecting? You know, it,
Yeah.
like that's gonna happen with every product of every major.
Well,
Like,
Elon
person.
went on like publicly. He said like all of the blueprints for Teslas are all like public record, and he made it that way specifically.
I'm pretty sure
like,
like
people,
this, it's more
people-
like the software that they're worried about.
yeah, like people,
Anything.
people asked him, it's like why, like, are you not worried about like competitors stealing your technology? And he said, my one goal out of creating Tesla is that everybody is making electric cars, and they become very popular.
It's like you can make
Yeah.
the carcass, just not the inside. Straight.
I forget. I was talking to someone about it recently because he went like because of Tesla stock, he became the richest man in the world
Mm-hmm.
a couple weeks back. He surpassed Jeff Bezos
Yeah.
for like 2 or 3 days.
Ain't no way.
He had like 188 billion at one point for a second.
Bro, all that money.
Bro, all that money, and then but it went back
Literally,
to Jeff
if
Bezos
you're
pretty
going
quick.
out and spending as much money as you can every day, like in a lifetime, you can't spend that much money.
Bro,
Yeah, I mean, unless you give 188 billion to
Yeah.
someone, like that's like the only
buy
way.
a small government somewhere. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Not even a
Hell,
small
a
one, bro.
medium-sized
Yeah.
government.
Bro, I'll
Like
be-
you
I-
want Uruguay, bro?
Yeah, I go straight up to
Like
Kim
somebody-
Jong Un, bro. I'm like, hey, here's some money. I just want some Asian bitches, bro.
Do you know that like North Korea makes a lot of their money as far in shipping, and they ship knockoffs of like popular products.
I did not know that.
Like like North Korea.
That's hilarious.
North Korea ships Marlboro cigarettes that aren't Marlboro cigarettes. They just like steal the packaging.
But that sounds like mad, like
Illegal?
It's wild.
not even that, like you know the shit that they can put
How do
in
you
there
know?
to
If
like
you know,
fuck.
people should know. And how are they getting away with it? I don't believe this for a
But
second.
they can poison a lot of people doing.
Oh yeah.
Big
Yeah, that's
time.
just like that's some like super evil villain type shit.
But that's promising like diminished returns. You don't want to poison your fucking.
That's a
No, I'm
good
talking
well,
about,
yeah, but
like,
we're
they probably ship it
talking
out,
North
like-
Korea too,
like
though.
That's fair.
exporting that shit. And I'll be like, hey, bro, let me get North Korea. I just want to be close to South Korea. Bro. I don't even care about you people. Let me go to Seoul.
Yeah.
Let me
What's
see
the
them-
what's the line called? Or you're not allowed to cross?
Oh, the faded 58 parallel, I think.
Is that what I think?
Yeah, the
that sounds
DMZ.
right.
I've never heard that.
The
before.
DMZ.
Yeah,
the
the
DMZ,
Yeah,
bro.
pretty sure
Oh,
it's-
the
The demilitarization
Yeah.
zone.
It's either the 58 parallel or the 50. I'm pretty sure it's 58. I'm
Is it demilitarization or demarcation?
no
Demarcation zone?
Demilitarization. Let me see.
I don't know.
I'm pretty.
That have you ever seen pictures of the line and like the people guarding it? They get the tallest Koreans to stand in the
Really?
line to intimidate each other.
That's amazing.
So like it's just like those guys will be on duty and then like this like whole foot shorter. It's like the tallest people in each country are
It's like
there
a-
to like
I
look all
forget-
intimidating.
I forget what football movie it is. There's a football movie I saw years ago where they did like, so it's like a new like put together team, and there's like an old established team that's like the champions, and they send their two biggest players up for the coin flip, and they said, why are they doing that? I said it's an intimidation thing. They get their two biggest players to come out off the rip to try and like shake us up a little bit,
It's the 38th parallel.
There you go.
and they said, oh word, and the whole team walked up for the coin flip.
Yo, that shit is so well. Like, they literally like. I don't know if you've seen videos of, like people like crossing over to South Korea.
Oh
from-
my
it's
god.
like
It's
they're literally
crazy.
gunning these people down.
Yes.
Like it's crazy.
Did you see the one that got away, like that survived? There was something, I forget exactly the scenario, but something happened where like people in North Korea that were shooting at this guy, like were called back. It was like a weird situation because two of the soldiers like stepped over the line by accident
Uh huh.
Really?
and like were like, oh shit, we're over the line. And like they got so scared and all the other North Korean soldiers that were there got so scared that they like did that and no one knew what to do that they just fucking booked it out of there. And then the South Korean guys ran over and grabbed the guy and like brought him over to South Korea.
Shit.
And like
There was one where like
they have like interviews with him and it's like he's like just he's
yo,
like it's sad.
Emaciated.
the
Yeah.
dedication or like the brainwashing that they did for these soldiers is incredible.
For any of them to see through it and
like it's,
decide it's worth getting out is like we all get brainwashed with fucking TV.
Well,
you
they-
know what I mean? Like these guys, it's their life,
Well,
and
they
it's like
do
you're making a
literal-
decision. I'm either gonna die or I'm gonna die. Like, but do I want to die here? Do I want to see if it's worth risking going over that
well,
line?
they do literal like reporting, like as a public, you
Yes.
have like a standard to which like you have to report this many traitors, and if you don't report this many traitors, you're a traitor. And
I ain't never heard that.
Bro,
God
it's
damn.
crazy.
No,
it's
yeah,
like a
like,
Scientology.
It's to discourage other people from like trying to rebel. So it's like, say your neighbor, you both have like standards that you have to meet as a citizen as far as like taking out people that are anti-UN, and you fucking like you're too afraid to tell like conspire with other people because they have to do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a really, as far as like dictatorship, it's like a perfect system for like controlling a population. But it's just sick shit.
It's like Scientology.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you know who Leah Remini is? Did you ever watch King of Queens with Kevin James? Is she in anything else of note?
Nope.
Right. So, and King of Queens is have you seen Grown Ups with Adam Sandler?
Yeah.
The his fat
Yeah, yeah.
friend.
I know.
So so Kevin James's wife is Leah Remini on the show King of Queens,
Uh-huh.
and she wasn't like raised in Scientology. Like that's like her whole childhood,
Oh,
and
Jesus.
a lot of actors, a lot of people you
She
know
wrote a book
probably.
about it.
Praise Tom Cruise.
Laura Prepon from '70s Show, Donna.
Yeah.
She's
Oh,
a Scientologist.
Oh hell,
Her-
her sexy
so
ass.
is Hyde.
Tom Cruise, Hyde. Well, Danny Masterson. He's bro. He
Yeah.
did you hear about what happened with him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh, he did some shit.
he did some shit,
yeah,
bro.
Yeah, I remember that.
But I mean, there's so many actors and
I just know
actresses.
I just know
in
he got in
Scientology.
trouble. What did he do?
He
It's I know it's something with sexual.
is
assault.
sexual assault.
Allison
some
Mack.
shit.
Did you guys hear about Allison Mack?
Mm-mm.
So
Is she the one from Chloe from
Smallville?
Smallville?
She got caught up in a sex cult.
Oh my god.
And sex trafficking cult.
Yeah,
she
sex-
she
she
would
was in-
groom young women and like straight up
She would
sell
brand them.
them and like give them to these guys who are these higher ups to like another basically a Scientology for lack of a better explanation, like another cult level thing like that.
God damn.
But yeah, the
It's nuts,
blonde
bro.
bitch.
She was
the
Chloe, bro. I
blonde-
loved her.
The blonde
I was
lady
so
from
sad.
Smallville.
She was awesome in Smallville. She's like the best character.
She's like definitely one of the better
What
actors.
the fuck
in the
these
show.
white people got going on?
Bro, it's crazy, bro. It's nuts.
God damn. Or I remember I talked about this with my work friends. We're just like, why is it all the billionaires? They always end up doing
Seb?
some goddamn
Is Seb
fuck
here?
shit.
Yep.
Like human trafficking or goddamn fucking little kids. I'm like, bro, like y'all got all this money. Y'all can fuck all the bitches you want.
What's
y'all
up,
want
Seb?
little
Who
kid
would
booty hole?
gladly fuck you too?
That's what I'm saying.
Like they would
like-
totally be like so okay with how you look, how
And
you
then-
act.
And then somebody told me it was like they're gonna always want what
What
other
they-
people can't have.
Exactly.
See, like, if
It's
if
a
you already-
power thing.
Yeah, if you already got everything, what's the next taboo?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, that makes sense, but that's fucking stupid.
It's it's like a mental illness
God
at that
damn.
point.
It's like
it-
someone once described success to me as like being able to wake up and do whatever you want to do in that moment, whatever moment it is. And once you're successful for so long, that eventually, like
it
that's
gets boring.
yeah, exactly.
That's fine as long as you're not infringing upon others' rights and
Yeah.
other people's like comfort. But eventually, after so long, the only way to get your kicks is infringing upon other people's shit.
Yeah.
And that's like it's a weird slippery slope. It's the weirdest people that get caught up in it. But I agree with you in that it's just silly shit. Like,
That's
like,
what, bro.
still
oh,
be a human being.
I feel like when it comes to wealth, I feel like there's gonna be that little middle area where like it's just enough where you don't want to do that weird shit.
Yeah.
and then you
Well, I
plateau.
mean, Yeah, and then like once you cross over to like that fucking 1%, like that's
I don't
just-
even think it's like that though. Like if you are just semi successful in life, like I got a friend who complains. Who he's a super analytical person. He's constantly analyzing like the state of the world. He's like kind of a pessimist about it in a way, where he's like, dude, with inflation, like it doesn't matter if we get raises at work or blah blah blah. Like over time, we're just gonna have to work and like our parents can. Like my mom and dad are going to be able to retire and live off Social Security, but we're not going to be able to. We're not going to be able to retire when we're 60. We're going to have to wait till we're like 80 or 90. I'm going to be working my whole life. And like, I get where he's coming from being worried about it and like being worried about money and all. But like for me personally, in terms of the thing he has an issue with is not being able to retire. I don't think I could retire. Like I've been dealing cards for 8 years. And at one point during those 8 years, I took like a 4-month period where I wasn't dealing cards anymore. And I got real comfortable real fast not doing shit every day, like a month in. And, like, after that month, I started, like, I had some money put away. Like, I wasn't too worried. I knew another game was going to come up and I was going to be able to deal. But I was like, bro, I am not doing anything.
You said dealing cards?
Dealing cards, like poker, like dealing cards
okay.
at a poker game. Yeah. And I was like every day I get up and I watch TV, I go to the gym, I go hang out with my friends, go get dinner, do whatever, and it's fun. But I don't got anything to do.
Well, you're also a
like-
young man.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like constructively, like I was like this is doing the podcast is nuts. Whether it's this one or Shirts Off or streaming fucking Monopoly
Yeah.
with my friends, you know, just getting like having something to constructively work towards
Yeah.
is insane. If
Yeah,
this
but-
if this
but
stayed at like
playing-
fucking 3 viewers
But
for
from your,
for the next 80 years,
from
like
your
I would
friend's
still keep doing it because
perspective-
it's fun to do.
From your friend's perspective, though, like having to work to your 80 or 90 till you're able to retire.
It sounds
Like,
to me that
If
he
you're a young man and you have a lot of drive, but by 80, that drive starts to deplete. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
that's
I'm not-
By that time, you want to sit back and not work anymore.
Yes, that I agree with. But what I'm saying is that you can only sit back and do nothing, even if you're 80, for so long before you're like, man, can they just euthanize me? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be like if I'm 60 and I'm retired, it's because I'm 60 and retirement is me going skydiving and running a podcast like with nonprofit, like just for fun, like doing something with my time at least. He's talking about like retiring in the way where he gets a check and he can sit home and play fucking video games for the rest of his life, watch TV for the rest of his life. And I'm just like, bro, I don't think that's like I know a lot of people who are retired and they're like
bored.
lame. Yeah, they're not even bored, they're boring. Like some people are content with that, and I don't think I'll ever be content
I
with
feel
that.
like it'll come to the point where like you'll definitely need to have like cool hobbies when you retire. Because
Yeah.
I
Whittling.
was gonna say, I picture all right, when I retire, boy, I'm gonna be goddamn. You're gonna be 65-year-old me just fucking arrowing shit in my backyard.
Yeah,
just
right?
Like,
No archery out.
what's up, Grandpa? What's up, motherfucker? On some Legolas shit.
My buddy was.
I love your.
You know what I'm saying?
I
I'm
love
gonna have.
your bow sound effect.
Where you at, Grandpa? Motherfucker, I'm in my house in Japan. What you want, cuz?
What you want, Mount? What you want, Mount Fuji?
That's right.
I'm learning how to pour tea
I'm still.
perfectly.
I'm 65. I'm still on Snapchat, sending that motherfucking filter.
Right, that's what I'm like. Say magically, you know, like you hit the lottery, we get $1 billion all of a sudden, boom. Like retirement is not gonna be me sitting back with my billion, like just
Hell no.
spending money at my house. It's gonna be me. Every year is gonna be devoted to like perfecting a new thing. I'm gonna become a really good archer. I'm gonna become like I'm gonna learn how to like
practice guitar or something.
yeah. I'm gonna learn how to play guitar right. I'm gonna go like learn how to like do menial shit. I'll be a nurse.
Talk to
Fuck it.
people.
Why
Yeah.
would I not want to go?
You
Dude,
go to school
Learn
for
how
no
to talk
fucking
to
reason.
people.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
the guy.
Make friends.
Exactly.
Form real relationships with human people.
No, the guy who Rolling Stones. Who are the guys in the Rolling
Oh, you're
Stones?
talking about
Mick Jagger.
The other one.
No, it's fucking Aerosmith, my dumbass.
Steve Tyler.
Yeah, fat ass lips.
Fuck. Which one? Which one? Hold on. God damn
I
it.
don't know another.
said
member
Rolling-
of
yeah,
the
I only know it's
I
Mick
only know
Jagger.
Mick
I
Jagger.
think it's Rolling Stones. There's a big like superstar level musician
Yeah.
that Joe Rogan had on his podcast who's like 82 and like looks 50
He
by
says
the
Keith
way.
Richards. Somebody said Keith Richards.
Keith Richards, not
Maybe.
Keith Richards. It's the other one. Is there another one from Rolling Stone? I might be fucking up with Rolling Stone. It might not be Rolling Stone. I can't wait to retire and just draw until
What's
my grave.
your point? What about the guy?
Anyway, he's like 80
Uh-huh.
and he has become and maintained being a registered nurse at a hospital. Like he went to school, not a registered nurse, EMS worker, like in the ambulance and everything.
Uh-huh.
And he like just keeps, at least at the time of recording that podcast, he'd been doing it for like 2 years, and he was like, bro, I don't think I could stop doing it. Like I enjoy. I'm 80, bro. I'm 80. I've been a rock star my whole life, and now I'm saving people.
That sounds like
Like
a
I've
cool-
like, and
a
I'm maybe
cool
misremembering it a
360.
little bit. Like I'm leaving some shit out, but like he decided to just fuck
David
around.
Lee Roth. He said.
David Lee Roth, perfect. Thank you.
That's Van Halen.
Van
Okay,
Halen.
thank
he
you.
is not 80.
He's old though. Yeah, I know.
No,
I'm-
David Lee Roth is like 65.
okay, 65 though.
Yeah, sure.
It's like that guy from House. Remember when House was trying to hire a new, the three
Yeah.
new doctors, and there was that one old dude who
Ru-
literally had not
Russian
been to
fella.
medical school.
Yeah.
He was
No,
trying
he
to be.
went to medical school. He didn't pass the exam.
That's Van Halen. Get your shit together.
Get your shit together, Chuck.
Well,
I'm
we got
sorry,
a
bro. I
classic
remember
rock
the rock
enthusiast
style.
here. I see
Yeah.
you.
Well, Jesse's like 80, so
Oh, okay.
he's like 34 or something. But
So
we
he's
say
David Lee
70.
Roth's age.
Basically, yeah. Shut up, Jesse. but like that's what I want to do shit like that. Like imagine you're 60, you got like you don't even have to have a crazy amount of money, but if you're not working anymore, why not go learn how to be a nurse? Why not go fucking learn how to grind coffee professionally, or like work in a brewery, like something like have something to go do? Because some people just can't.
I
Learn
feel
how
like
to
once
make a
you hit,
helicopter.
Exactly.
I feel like
Fly.
from like fucking
Pilot's license.
when you fucking graduate college to where you hit 40 or 50, I feel like that's that's a good amount of time to get your wealth together, get your get your passive income straight, and then after I guess getting your little greed on, I want this, I want that. You should eventually get to the point where you gotta find a way to give back.
Exactly.
They say that that's
You know
the
what I'm saying?
greatest irony. They say that like even though it's the worst to do it, like you have the most fun in your 20s. Is that when in your 20s you're supposed to forego that fun and work really hard so you can enjoy your 30s and 40s?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, but then you get to your 30s and 40s, and even if you did waste all that, even if you did like not waste all that time and
Now
make
you're
your
in
money,
40s and you
now you're
can't
in your
enjoy
30s and
yourself.
40s, and all your friends who did waste their time are like having to struggle and do it, and it's like you gotta pick a lane. Like,
Exactly.
are you and all your friends gonna like batten down the hatches at 20 something and like decide to make your money and then wait? And if not, are you're gonna be the only guy? Now you don't know anybody. Now no one can do anything with you when you have your little money.
Because
Like,
you were just working your ass off for fucking 15 years and
Yeah.
not fucking with anybody.
the thing I like about doing like this, like with you guys, with Creighton, with other friends, like in my group personally, and with my friends online, and like just playing games, going to their streams, being like keyed into all of it, is excuse me, is like we're all doing the same thing at the same time. And like if a few of us, kind of go off the beaten path, the other ones will always have someone to fall back on in terms of like to catch them up, to do blah blah. It's like a really well threaded community of like knowledge and like goings on, especially online. Like with us in the podcast, like say we're 10 years into this shit, and it's still just this little crew right here and Creighton, but we don't mention him right now. What?
We don't include Creighton.
We don't include Creighton.
This is the episode 3 podcast.
Yeah, and
The episode 3 podcast network.
yeah, and like outside of our little crew,
Shirts
everyone
off.
else we know has like wasted their 20s, and like you said, they're just trying to grind to make ends meet. Meanwhile, our podcast got really huge because it's going to, and we're like super mega famous, and we live in a mansion on a cloud because we've learned how to make concrete float in clouds.
Dude, Legend is big sleep.
Yeah, bro, he's huge.
He
He got so big so quickly.
has entered sleep level 9.
He's chilling. He's big chilling.
He's having good puppy dreams. I love it.
I did all that and turned to
That's a good.
playing video games with 20-year-old kids. I don't want to become a better person. It just
Well, I
is.
don't know. That probably is becoming a better person because you're interacting with the young. You probably got some wisdom.
You're staying plugged in.
You know what I'm saying?
He's definitely one of the smarter people on this shit that I know.
You might be a good influence. I don't know you, but you might.
He's a good influence. He's got a terrible, gross sense of humor, like
Right.
me, but
They're all. That's
they're all
Mike-
lost.
Michael Jordan meme.
Exactly. Fuck them kids. That's like Jesse in like verbally. That is Jesse all the time. Like Jesse's words are almost constantly in some kind of way the shape of that Michael Jordan meme. Like that's just how he talks to all of us.
I took that personally.
Every other tweet he does is like, I'm just sitting back watching a grown man play video games in one screen. I'm watching The Crown on the other, and I'm playing RuneScape on my third one.
That's a good ass show. I like The Crown.
I've heard. I almost started
Isn't,
it today.
Matt Smith is in that show, isn't he?
He's in one of the seasons. So each season is a different like
Season 1 and season 2 have like almost the same.
Oh, is it?
Because they're still in like it's like a young Queen Elizabeth.
and then it goes like it fast forwards
Yeah,
to like
but,
her
like,
older
yeah,
years
yeah,
of the
Oh,
second
There's
season.
different eras throughout, like the
'cause-
British
Yeah.
Empire.
The
Yeah,
new
but-
season apparently is like with Diana and everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
that-
it's
that
like
one was
it's
really
like
good.
mad. It's like
I
close.
didn't realize how attractive Princess Diana was until like I saw the actress and I went to look her up. I was like, damn, you was a cute little white girl. I got you.
When Kobe died, somebody who told me that. Somebody was like, "This is like Princess Diana dying for us." It was like someone in the 50s or 60s I know. Who was it? It was someone older than I know. They were like, "Bro, when Diana died, it was like this kind of culture shock of like, holy shit, this just happened." Like it was for us with Kobe, like in terms of like how the world stood still that
yeah.
day. Like at least for me, like for me, for all my friends on here, it was like, "Bro, what?" And then
It was
Well,
his
with the
daughter.
quickness,
It was
Chadwick,
his,
too.
It was his daughter that did it for me.
Yeah,
It was the fact that his daughter.
yeah,
was
his
on
daughter
the
was there
crowd.
too.
Yeah.
Like
That
they were
was-
going to her basketball game. Like he was just trying to like cut traffic. Like all he was doing was trying to cut traffic, and the pilot was just too much of a fucking moron to know that.
To
like,
go up.
yeah, no, it was like horrible. Like it's not flying conditions at all, and he was just like, "No, I'm a pilot with like 20 years experience. I know what I'm doing."
Is that what happened?
Mm-hmm.
I could have sworn.
I remember them.
I could have sworn he
The thing
he-
I
the
read was-
altitude was too low or some shit.
The thing,
Yeah, it
the
was-
thing I read was that it was not like proper conditions with which to be flying.
Damn.
I just know they did it all the time. He would go
Yeah.
do that like same route like
You're
2,
Kobe
3,
Bryant.
4 times
Yeah,
a
you're
day.
Kobe
Yeah, that's
Bryant. You
that's
take
just
it-
how he moved
you
around.
commute by helicopter.
Yeah. I mean, I would too,
Yeah, and if you do it,
especially in LA.
for sure.
I can't wait for bullet trains. I want them shits now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
God damn.
Bullet trains or like Elon's fucking
Oh, that fucking
tunnels.
tube,
Bro, that shit looks
Nah,
awesome.
Hyperloop.
imagine getting stuck in one of them.
The fucking Hyperloop, dude, and a pressurized and a vacuum sealed tube, bro.
Damn, there's no exits. You just stuck in the goddamn.
A mile
I
under.
mean, that's what a subway is. Well, yeah, it's
I
it's not
don't
like
know.
a mile. It's like 100 feet or something.
Oh,
it's like
man.
right under the crust.
It might
mean-
as well be a mile.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, like a subway is
tube?
pretty deep into the ground. Like it's not like
sure.
it's not like 100 feet, but it's like 40, 50 feet down. I mean, that's
I don't think
pretty
that's-
deep.
I don't think that's mad claustrophobic than like that fucking tube.
Well, have you seen the inside of the tubes?
No.
Dude, they're huge. I mean, they're like as big as this house. Like the tube's huge. Like the train you'll be
that's-
on is gonna be, or the platform or something. It's like a.
Wait, are we talking
forget
about the
exactly.
Hyperloop
But
or
if
the
they're-
bullet train?
I'm talking about the boring project up underneath LA that he's doing.
Hyperloop.
Oh,
Is that Hyperloop?
Yes.
Oh, you talking about? Oh, 'Cause
The
he has
train
one-
itself might be small, but like the actual area that you're in, it's not like you're in a little cave. You're in like a big ass
Okay.
baller tube.
Yeah, but it's a vac. You can't have a fight like a train fight in there because like there's no atmosphere.
I love how like the logistics of this conversation in your head are, dude, like we got to be able to fight in there.
How are you gonna?
What is
film
this, John Wick 2?
How
Like,
are you gonna film a Bond movie on a goddamn hyperloop in a vacuum
you,
chamber, Chris?
You think they won't figure out how? It'll be as soon as that thing is real, they'll be filming. Like Tom
Nah.
Cruise will be running on top of it.
They'll call up Elon Musk like, hey, bro, give me the schematics right quick.
Yeah.
Let me figure something out.
We know how you feel about that open license.
You know he's in Iron Man 2?
Who?
Elon?
Yeah.
Elon.
Yeah, I remember.
Bro, I was like
Oh.
watching it.
It's the
He's-
scene. You remember the scene where Tony decides he's gonna drive his race car? He's at that like he's in like the top box.
He's
There's
like
a-
in the fancy dining thing.
There's a scene where Elon Musk comes up to him and is like, "I have an idea for an electric plane," and he's like, "Yep, sounds good, Elon."
And then he walks
I
away.
don't remember that.
He's in, bro. He's. I mean, it's like a
It's a
blink and
throwaway
you'll miss
scene.
it. Scene.
wait, was this before he started Tesla?
No, Tesla was.
He probably had
Tesla's
been
a
working.
thing, but it was like. It
I
was,
mean, like,
he wasn't
before it got
Elon Musk
big.
yet.
It was
Yeah.
well.
Okay,
It
okay.
was well. He was like he was popular within like that ring
Oh,
of people, but he
got you.
as an innovator because he got popular for creating PayPal.
Yeah, I remember that.
But
he
he,
sold
uh,
that shit.
Yeah, like he's been
Yeah.
like in the public eye, just not like in the like he's not been in
So, I guess
popular culture as
in
he
like
was.
the world of like technology, he would be.
Yeah, he's a tech
one.
giant.
Okay,
He was
okay.
all
Yeah.
like he's been a tech giant for a long time.
Okay, I got you.
It was cool for the people that knew about it
Yeah.
to see
Well,
in the
the-
movie. They're like,
now that
oh
I
shit, that's Elon.
Now I gotta go watch that shit.
Yeah,
I-
dude.
well, just
I
that one
immediately-
specific scene. I'm like, oh, there's Elon.
I
can
liked
definitely
Iron Man 2
YouTube
a
it.
lot.
I did too. They missed.
I didn't
they
like
down-
the villain. I didn't like the villain. a lot.
I didn't like that they didn't do him well.
What's his name?
Mickey Rourke,
Okay.
Whiplash, the one with the lightning
Yeah,
cables.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
what was his like name in the movie?
in the movie,
Whiplash.
it's Anton Vanko.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
And he plays Whiplash. The
Okay.
like the bad guy is Whiplash from the comics, but they filmed a lot more of his character. They just didn't end up putting it in the movie because they ended up kind of prioritizing Sam Rockwell's Justin Hammer as the other bad guy,
Uh-huh.
and then like you have both of those
Same
guys as the
mistake
bad
they- It's
guy.
the same mistake they made in the third one.
I didn't really like the third one at
Like
all.
No, it's like prioritizing.
I didn't like the villain in the
villains.
third one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm. What was,
They
was
made
the
The funny moments were too lighthearted, like too kind of like not.
It's not even.
They didn't
that.
focus on like the tone
funny
of the movie
moments.
well. I
The
didn't
funny
feel like.
moments take away from the serious moments.
Exactly, like they're in the middle of some of the serious moments.
Well, they took
And it
the
kinda
Mandarin.
works.
They set up the Mandarin, which is like, in my opinion, the first half of that movie, the Mandarin is set up to be one of the greatest Marvel villains ever. He says like, "Are you ready for another lesson?"
And
Like,
like,
that shit was.
and you
like,
got Ben
diabolical.
Kingsley, like tier 1 actor, being Ben Kingsley,
Playing a
crushing the moments where he's like this, like he's really killing that
Playing
version
s-
of that guy.
playing some schmuck named Trevor.
Now, to be fair, in Ben Kingsley's defense, like his role of playing that character was flawless. Like he played all the versions of it, like the way
Yeah.
that they wrote it, like as good as you can.
I mean,
He
it's
played.
Ben Kingsley.
Yeah, he's amazing. He
so
played
was
the
the
like
actual
jokey.
villain, right? Like at first, when I watched it, I thought like,
Well, the Mandarin, the one that they're like portraying is straight up right out of the comics, like the Iron Man villain.
like
He's
he
the
was like a
quintessential
puppet,
Iron
right?
Man villain.
I forgot the whole.
Not the Mandarin himself. He was the puppet in the movie. That version. That's like how they derived from the comics. They like just changed up who the Mandarin
so
really
who was
is.
like the actual one pulling the
the
strings?
the one, the good-looking white dude who turns orange.
Turns into a fireman.
Young Donald Trump
It's been so
turns
long since I
orange.
watched it.
Sorry, I didn't
It's
like.
been so long since I watched it.
It turns orange. What?
He was the dude in charge of like the mutation project. He's the
Yeah.
guy that-
I'd probably go back and watch
the
it.
dude that
Definitely.
turned Pepper into the Fire Woman. Remember at
Yeah.
the end of Iron Man 3, Pepper saves the shit?
He's
I
ugly when
remember.
they go back in time, and like he developed that technology and like got
Oh,
he developed
yeah.
like CRISPR basically, like this
Ar-
gene
Ar-
splicing.
Ardrich Killian.
Yes. Man, we were
Okay.
pulling names out of hats today, bro.
Okay,
We were
got you.
remembering Anton Vanko. I haven't seen Iron Man 2 in at least 6 months,
Damn.
like minimum.
I haven't seen Iron Man 3 since like 2
Yeah,
months after
I
it
need to
came out.
rewatch that shit.
Iron Man 3 is better when you go rewatch it. It's
Well,
still
it's
like the
Iron Man-
disappointing one, but it's like it's got its moments that like kind of hit hard
Well,
that,
Iron
that
Man
are
2
good.
and 3 are supposed to be pulling from the same storyline of like his PTSD and his
Like substance abuse.
his alcoholic phase. Yeah, like there's a
Yeah.
storyline that covers all of that, and they kind of like merge those two into two movies. They really dropped the ball with 2 and 3. Like Iron Man 1, in my opinion, is like the greatest
Yeah.
standalone Marvel film, and then you have 2 and 3, which I don't hate 2. I really don't particularly care for 3. There's a couple like standout moments in it, but like that had ability to be the greatest like standalone trilogy in Marvel, and then it went to Captain
Which one
America.
is to you,
Captain America,
Yeah,
easily.
for sure.
It's
Thor's
crazy, like,
Thor's
thinking-
great, but the second one's just so not good
See,
that it
I don't even
takes
feel
away.
like that bad about the second one. It's just like it's not as good as the second.
Like all
Captain
three
America.
Captain Americas are amazing.
Oh yeah, but Winter Soldier went hard.
When the
Winter
first,
Soldier's
if,
the best
if
movie to
first
me in
That
the
shit
MCU.
was
If the
fucking
first Captain
dem-
America is like your watermark as far as like that's the least good one.
It's
that-
crazy
Like
because-
that's the standard.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
exactly. and it's so good.
It's so I,
first
I'm
one
mad.
I
was-
rewatched the scene from First Avenger where he hops on the grenade. I watch it like once every 6 months just to like
Yeah.
readdress myself with like how dope Steve Rogers is as a character. Like it's
Before
just
he's
one of,
Cap.
just one of the coolest characters ever written. Like
I'm
it's
mad. I never watched that in the theaters. That
Really?
and the first Thor are the only Marvel movies I didn't watch.
dude, people,
They're so good.
dude,
But is-
the face replacement, the face mapping they did in that movie for pre-Cap, pre-Cap.
Oh yeah,
Steve
yeah,
Rogers?
yeah.
Like for 9 months after that movie came out, people asked Chris Evans like, "What workout routine did you do to go from that big to that?"
They
little
didn't
to
know
that
it was
big?"
like another actor.
No, it was like it was
Like a
it was
stand-in.
like serious innovation as far as like face replacement.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like
It
Captain
was-
America made huge strides in that.
I really wish back then I knew what, like when that first Iron movie came out, I would have wished then like how big it would have been.
Yeah. Like
'cause, you
just to be ready for it.
Yeah,
kinda.
because like
mistake they
we
made-
went in just like thinking like, oh look, it's Iron Man, that's cool.
Well, the biggest mistake they made with Iron Man was that they took Jon Favreau off the helm of it, like
Excuse me.
because he wanted more money.
You mean for 2 and 3?
for 2 and 3?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the same thing with Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard was
Yeah,
like
they fucked that up.
Yeah.
I like Terrence Howard a lot.
I like I love Don Cheadle just personally.
I like them
love Don
both. That's
Cheadle.
my thing. I'm kind of conflicted because Don Cheadle has now made Rhodey his own
I mean,
thing,
yeah,
and he's
yeah.
so good at it.
But
And I feel
Howard
like Terrence
had-
Howard wouldn't have like pulled the like comedy
he had
out
a very,
like Don Cheadle
very,
has.
He had a very, very interesting roadie. I liked his take on roadie a lot.
I did too.
But he had an interesting argument, is because like Robert Downey would have never got the job if it wasn't for Terrence Howard. Like he was signed on first, and they were friends for years. And Terrence Howard was the one I believe got him the audition.
Mm-hmm.
And
He just
he
fucked
was
him.
he was upset not for Iron Man 2 when Robert Downey didn't come to his aid when he was like doing contract negotiations. Like Robert Downey Jr. essentially threw him under the bus by his telling. That's what he said.
I don't think we ever get that full story.
No.
Yeah, I feel
Well,
like we
that
never
man
will.
lost his fucking mind. Terrence Howard, dude. Have you ever seen the red carpet videos?
I've heard he's kind of like
No,
like
dude. He went off on
eccentrically crazy.
No, he went off on some crazy shit on the red carpet about. Well, I found the keys to the mysteries of the universe through quantum geometry, like wild shit.
Holy
nah,
shit.
dude, dude went off.
God. Someone was on Joe Rogan's podcast saying, "Bro, you gotta have Terrence on. He's kind of like a genius." And I was
Oh,
like,
really?
and I was like,
On some Jim Carrey shit.
yeah, I was like, please, Joe, let's get to
even
the
the-
bottom of
It's
this.
like, even the shit Jim Carrey be saying, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Jim Carrey is another one where I'm like, you know what? I'm glad you still do movies and shit, but like outside of that, I don't.
Dude,
You're saying some crazy
Jim
shit
Carrey
sometimes.
Jim Carrey got driven out of real roles. Like, he made the number 23, and they was like, "You got to go back to comedy. This ain't fucking with you."
Did you watch Sonic?
Sonic.
Sonic? Bro, it is surprisingly good.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
good.
I
can't wait for Tails and Knuckles to come. out.
Yeah,
Shit.
we
And
bro,
Shadow.
we
Is that a
left the
thing?
theater. Huh?
Is that a thing?
Yeah, there's gonna be more.
Really?
Yeah. That
Yeah.
like definitely. Like
Tails
super
shows
definitely.
up at the end.
The movie's really good. Like it's like actually super good.
Okay.
We left the theater like and we were driving home and like we were talking. I forget. We talked about something that happened right after the movie, like in terms of like right where we were at for a few minutes,
Yeah.
and then it, like we hit like a lull and we were silent, and I was like, "Dude, was that movie good? Am I crazy?" And then we were like, "Dude, it was so good." And then for like the whole ride home, we're just sitting there like, "Dude, this movie was like actually, like it wasn't just like it was acceptable. It was like mad entertaining."
Yeah, it
and
really was.
funny. And Ben Schwartz killed.
Does
He's
he?
so good at Sonic. It's like perfect.
I'm just so glad that we bullied them.
Yes,
I
it
need
looks
to go.
so much
It's like-
better.
yeah.
I need to go soon, by the way.
Okay, you like need to rap, is what you're saying?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Yeah, it's no problem.
It's not like right this second, but
I got you. Just, I mean, like hit
I'm
me,
ex-
hit me
I'm
with the.
exha-
old-
I'm exhausted.
Well, we can go ahead and rap now.
No, it's fine. Keep
I
going.
mean, hit me
Sonic.
with the old like nose
Sonic, I
switch.
got
The
you.
nose-
You know, just be like,
Yeah, I heard Jim Carrey like made
Cough,
his
cough,
resurgence
sniff, sniff.
in that movie.
He did good.
That movie-
he does good.
There was
He did
another
good.
like indie movie in the last couple of years that apparently he did really great. I haven't watched it yet. That he did like a really good job in.
Really?
That kind of brought him back into the limelight of like producers and directors and
Did y'all see
shit.
the King Kong Godzilla trailer?
That shit gonna
Yes,
go hard.
that's gonna go nuts.
I ain't watching it.
I mean, it's
theaters, but
stupid.
gonna go hard.
But I love it.
They say that Godzilla was nerfed, and I think they did do that.
Well, I feel like we're not getting everything in the trailers. I feel like both are gonna. They're obviously gonna be cool with each other by the end and be friends. But like, I want to know what they're gonna go up against.
Oh, I think they're gonna make King Kong beat Godzilla.
The power scaling has to be.
It's
I
so
think it's
silly.
gonna be kind of like Batman v Superman,
Well,
because
I
like
think-
his axe is
think-
like, isn't it part of?
I think Liam mentioned it in the last podcast. Like it's back in like old canon of the King Kong Godzilla franchise that he has an axe made of one of Godzilla's scales, and that's
Oh,
what
Yeah.
he uses.
That sounds
to,
like-
and that's and you can see it pretty evidently in the trailer
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I
that's
thought it
what
was
it
like
is.
some type of like gemstone or some shit that can
yeah, that's
absorb
made of
his
one
energy.
of like Godzilla's
But
scale. That's why it's impervious to like the atomic
that makes
breath.
that makes a lot more sense.
I think Jorge tweeted, I'm rewatching Godzilla, and yeah, these people, they wouldn't survive all this debris floating through the air. This is kind of ridiculous. There are too
radiation
many.
everywhere.
Yeah, there's too many people just walking around, and like there's stop signs going 1,000 miles an hour. Like these people should be sliced in half, all of them.
It's
And
that
I was
old-
like, yeah.
it's that old Ron White joke. So that a man stood in Florida, and he was gonna tie himself to a tree to prove that at 70 years old he had the physical strength to withstand the gale force winds of a hurricane. It's not that the wind is blowing. It's what the wind is blowing.
A fucking shark coming at you.
If you've got a stop sign in your spleen, sit-ups do not come into play.
Bro, he's the best. Bro, he's
That's
so
funny.
good.
That's funny.
Okay. Well, on Ron White jokes
Yeah.
and Godzilla, we will wrap.
That was the episode 3 podcast, episode number 8.
The bro, I was trying to. Oh, I didn't think of a reference. Usually we go a little longer, and like by the end, I'm like, okay, how can I parallel this to episode 8? But I forgot all about it this time. We talked about
My ass
cool shit the whole
is killing
time.
me.
Well, we'll see. It is Bridgerton and Hearthstone, but close enough. Okay, I didn't
It's
see
about-
that earlier.
it's
Yeah, that
about,
was the thing from earlier.
Crown, yeah.
Michael, move out of the way for a
that.
second.
I heard that show was good.
I hear Bridgerton's great. We will
Which
see you
sex-
guys on episode 9 whenever we do it. It could be tomorrow, or no, it could be Monday. It could be next Saturday. We will see. And we
Y'all
love
be
you.
safe.
And goodbye.
The world might never know. Let's go.